Oh, we could try bribery.
Bribery? Screw bribery. I'll show you how to make them scared. I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
Tommy Vercetti used to work for the strongest mafia family of America, the Forelli crime family. He became a made man, but the family betrayed him. This turned him into an animal who was hungry for power and wanted to take over an entire city. He killed anyone and everyone who came in his path. In this video, I will analyze Tommy Vercetti and how he became the Harwood Butcher, a killing machine.
My city is mine now, not his!
So who is he? Thomas Tommy Vercetti was born in Liberty City in 1951. His father worked in a Printworks, and as a child, Tommy used to clean the rollers with him. Tommy had planned to follow in his father's footsteps, but life had other plans for him. His relationship with his mother was very bad, but the reason is unknown. He has been living a life of crime for 20 years at this point. In his childhood, Tommy befriended his future employer, Sonny Forelli. While Sonny and Tommy became great friends, they committed crimes together as well. At a certain point, Tommy became really good at this, which eventually got him his notoriety. Sonny wanted Tommy to come join the Forelli crime family. Tommy became a made man in this family. As a matter of fact, it was Sonny who turned Tommy into a killer who worked for the Forelli family as a soldier.
Mr. Vercetti? Hey, you bought the old Printworks?
Yeah, my old man used to work on these. I used to spend the evenings with him cleaning the rollers. I was gonna follow him in his trade, but I lived a different life.
Tommy joined the Forelli family in the late 60s. In a mafia family, when someone new joins, they have to show what they're capable of. This will show the family why having them as a member is beneficial in the first place. Since it is the criminal world after all, anything and everything is done when it protects the criminal party's interest. Because the risk is high, people have to be trustworthy. That's when Tommy completely stopped working at the print and focused on growing his rank within the family hierarchy. It does make sense since he's already committing crimes, so sticking to that is more profitable for him. However, he didn't do it only for the money and recognition. He did it because of loyalty as well. Tommy considered Sonny Forelli to be his best friend, which greatly influenced his decision making as he was blinded.
Oh, shit! Come on, get out of here!
Now that we know how he joined the family, let's explore his role within the Mafia a bit more. As I mentioned, Tommy worked for the family and rose through the ranks as a soldier. By definition, a soldier is someone who serves in an army, and the Forellis, being the most powerful mob of America, certainly had an army of men under them. Tommy would intimidate, rob, and kill anyone by the orders of the Forellis. This is one of the hardest roles someone can have within a mob family, because it means they're risking their lives for the family. Not only that, it also means they're doing the dirty work for the family too. Tommy got very good at his role and became a Forelli by status, as his name still remained Tommy Vercetti. He took the Umberto oath, which is a traditional oath of loyalty. He will work for the family without ever revealing his position within the family to any outsiders. Every Mafia member has to take this oath. This oath is practiced particularly in southern Italy, and the Forellis being an Italian family makes sense. This oath also means no snitching. In an event where Tommy gets caught and is imprisoned, he won't be able to expose the family he worked for. Well, he can, but that would make him a marked man by the family. However, Tommy is loyal. For him, the oath actually meant everything. If everything is going right between Sonny and Tommy, then why would they have any conflict? That's because of human nature. You see, Tommy always considered Sonny to be his best friend, but unfortunately for Sonny, things were different. He initially hired Tommy into the family, but when Tommy rose through the ranks and was becoming feared among the population, and the family started to notice it as well, Sonny started to see Tommy as a threat. That's because unlike Tommy, Sonny had no loyalty. He thought Tommy might one day take over, and when people started to fear him, he took it like an existential threat. It made Sonny feel like one day he will take over everything and probably run the family by himself. He thought people would look at Tommy and forget about Sonny. That's when a tension started to rise between the two. Tommy started to see it too, and to explain why, I have to show what happened in 1971.
More crap to wipe up. What did I do wrong in a past life?
In 1971, Tommy was sent to kill a man by the orders of Sonny, who was located in Harwood of Liberty City. As Tommy was a soldier who did the dirty work for the family, he took it like an ordinary hit. It was supposed to be one man protected by no one. But things got sour when Tommy actually went to Harwood. He was ambushed by 11 men. In order to defend himself, he butchered them all. But this happened in broad daylight and the heat was too much. Unfortunately, Tommy ended up being in prison and was charged for all murders. The public was already scared scared of Tommy as he was ruthless, but after this, he got a new name for himself, the Harwood Butcher. So, how did Tommy get ambushed? Didn't Sonny say that the target was going to be only one man? That's because it was Sonny who most likely tricked Tommy into thinking that he was going to lay out an ordinary hit. What probably happened was Sonny setting up Tommy so that he dies. Why would Sonny go to such lengths in order to kill Tommy? It's because of the Umberto oath. Sonny cannot betray his men in front of everyone, otherwise the family will crumble. Funnily enough, that's exactly what happened to the Forelli family. Sonny's plan was to kill Tommy, but Tommy was a butcher. That's why he ended up going in prison. But Tommy's loyalty stopped him from snitching. That's why instead of exposing the family, he decided to do 15 years in prison. That makes Tommy one of the most loyal protagonists of Grand Theft Auto, and that also makes Sonny the scummiest villain.
That's how you get to be called the Harwood Butcher.
You sent me to kill one man. One man! They knew I was coming, Sonny.
Tommy, watch your tone. Anyone would think you blame me for that unfortunate set of circumstances.
When Tommy was in prison, he started to get suspicious of Sonny. Sonny kept up with Tommy so that he can never think of Sonny being the man responsible for the ambush. But Tommy thought to himself, Sonny told him that there would only be one man to kill in Harwood. Then how come he got ambushed? Other than Tommy and Sonny, no one else knew about this ambush either. At least from Tommy's perspective, it made sense that no one else should have known about the ambush since it was only a one-man job and Sonny sent Tommy to the deed. That means the ambush was probably a setup, as there is simply no other way that man would have ever known that Tommy was coming after him and hired 11 men to protect himself. The fact that there was 11 men who ambushed Tommy meant they were prepared for him to kill the target. If Sonny didn't set up Tommy, then there was no other way for Tommy to get ambushed, as it was simply impossible for that man to know that a hitman was coming after him. Sonny telling Tommy that it would be only one man made the whole thing even more suspicious. The reason I'm not outright telling you that Sonny set Tommy up is because this was never fully confirmed, but it is most likely what happened. The only reason Tommy never brought this up and confronted Sonny is because he was loyal. He was taught to not question his boss. That's why despite Tommy thinking it was Sonny who most likely set him up, he never brought himself to question Sonny.
This guy's my new friend. I never had a friend with a weight before.
If you play the game to the end, you will hear Sonny saying to Tommy that when he was inside, Sonny pulled some strings and did him some favors. So what is he talking about? He's actually talking about the lawyer Rosenberg, as he was assigned to the Harwood Butcher case.
You know, Tommy, I did what I could for you. I pulled strings, called in favors. I was your friend, Tommy. I hoped you'd see sense, see what's good for business. I trusted you, Tommy, and you disappointed me.
Sonny did this so that Tommy would not be suspicious of him and so that the lawyer can keep an eye on Tommy to make sure that he does not snitch to the cops about the family. But as I have said before, Tommy wouldn't have done that in the first place because he is loyal. However, Sonny's not like that. Because he's a snake, he thought Tommy was a snake too. The other favor that Sonny was talking about is Tommy doing only 15 years. That's because of Rosenberg as well. Otherwise, for killing that many men, Tommy would have served a lifetime or equivalent to that. That's why getting the lawyer for Tommy was a mistake by Sonny. But his scummy nature did not allow it to happen, making him somewhat similar to Dmitry Raskolov from Grand Theft Auto 4. And now starts the journey of Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Normally I wouldn't busy myself with driving around a bunch of drunken Scottish bisexuals. But in your case, I'll make an exception.
15 years later, Tommy Vercetti is finally going to be a free man. The news reaches the Forelli family, and Sonny along with other capo regimes of the family are talking about it. They know this through Rosenberg. When Sonny is talking about how he didn't think Tommy would get out, one of the capos said that he kept his head down, and that's him mentioning how Tommy never talked against the family when he went inside. But Sonny realizes that if he ever comes out of prison, people will start fearing Tommy once again. He says that it would be bad for business because their most notorious killer is about to be released from a prison sentence they thought would be endless. He's either going to screw up their relationships with the other organizations by him being on the streets again, or he's going to come after the family, blaming them for his incarceration. The solution? Let's set him up a welcome home drug deal in Vice City and sling him millions of dollars just to let him know there's no ill feeling. Hell, maybe he'll build up an organization, one we can take down at a later stage. They're pretty happy with this, as you can see in the first cutscene.
Tommy Vercetti? Huh, shit. Didn't think they'd ever let him out.
He kept his head down, helps people forget.
People will remember soon enough. When they see him walking down the streets of their neighborhoods, it will be bad for business.
Well, what are we gonna do, Sonny?
We treat him like an old friend and keep him busy out of town, okay? We've been talking about expanding down south, right? Vice City is 24 karat gold these days. The Colombians, the Mexicans, hell, even those Cuban refugees are cutting themselves a piece of some nice action.
But it's all drugs, Sonny. None of the families will touch that shit.
Times are changing. The families can't keep their backs turned while our enemies reap the rewards. So, we send someone down to do the dirty work for us and cut ourselves a nice, quiet slice, okay? Who's our contact down there?
Ken Rosenberg, schmuck of a lawyer. How's he gonna hold Vercetti's leash?
We don't need him to. We just set him loose in Vice City. We give him a little cash to get started, okay? Give it a few months. Then we go down. Pay him a little visit, right? See how he's doing.
So, Sonny decides to send Tommy to Vice City in order to expand the Forelli's businesses and get into the drug world. One of the capos even mentioned how it is all about drugs in Vice City and none of the families would be interested in it. But Sonny, being greedy, says that the times are changing, basically showing the players that Sonny has no principles or morals whatsoever. That's why he wanted to send Tommy to Vice City to once again do some dirty work for the family and expand their horizon. With that, Sonny gives Tommy a large sum of money as a drug deal was going to be set up. Tommy comes out of prison and flies to Escobar International Airport in Vice City where he meets Ken Rosenberg. The deal they're heading to will take place in Vice City docks. The deal is going to be between the Forelli family and the Lance brothers. Lance Vance is the pilot and Victor Vance is the man with the briefcase. Tommy shows him the money and he shows Tommy the goods. But we can see 3 hitmen waiting for an opportunity to ambush the deal. That means someone knew about this deal before it took place and kept an eye over it. These hitmen are most likely sent by Diaz and I'll explain it later. They fire at the deal and manage to kill Victor, Harry, and Lee, while both Lance and Tommy makes it out alive. This makes Ken Rosenberg panic as he realizes that the Forelli family will be very angry at him for losing their money. The Forelli family rose through the ranks by the use of threat and intimidation. They have no honor. That's why Rosenberg was scared because he knew the family would take it out on him even though him and Tommy had no fault and needed to save their lives. But Sonny only cared about the money, and we will see that a bit later. Tommy tells Ken Rosenberg to not panic about it as he goes to the hotel to talk to Sonny about what went down.
It's Ken Rosenberg here. Hey, great, hey. Well, I'm gonna drive you guys to the meet, okay? Now, I've talked to the suppliers, and they are very keen to start a business relationship. So, if all goes well, we should be doing very nicely for ourselves, which is, you know, good. Okay, so they're brothers, okay? One operates the business, and the other one does the flying. Okay, that's them in the chopper. All right, here's the deal. They want a straight exchange on open ground. All right? Okay, stay tight. Let's go.
Got it? 100% pure grade A Colombian, my friend.
Let me see it.
The greens?
10s and 20s. Used.
I think we have a deal, my friend.
Oh, shit! Come on, get out of here! Drive!
I poked my head out of the gutter for 1 freaking second and fate shovels shit in my face. Go get some sleep. What are you gonna do?
I'll drop by your office tomorrow and we can start sorting this mess out.
Tommy goes to the Ocean View Hotel where he calls Sonny. After coming out of prison, this is actually the first time Sonny and Tommy are talking. This tells you how little Sonny cared for Tommy. They're supposed to be best friends, and yet this is the first time they're having a conversation. So, Sonny sent Tommy to do business before even asking how he was actually doing and giving him some room to breathe. It makes sense that Tommy is simply carrying out what he needs to do for the family and following orders. But for Sonny, he at least could have had a conversation with Tommy before handing him another dirty work, but Sonny did not. You can start to see it all in the simplest of details. Sonny asks Tommy about the deal and Tommy reveals the truth. When Sonny learns that Harry and Lee are dead, his immediate reaction is to think about the money. He does not even consider the men he lost. That already shows you that he only cared about money and nothing else. Because he knew that Tommy is a killing machine and had the notion of him being disloyal, he starts to think that the ambush was a lie and it was Tommy who took the money and killed Harry and Lee. Now that you know the background of Tommy, you can see from someone like Sonny why thinking that is not unlikely. Right after Sonny accuses Tommy to be the foul player, Tommy tells Sonny that he will get the money back and the drugs. That's because Tommy could not stand the fact that he was called disloyal. He spent 15 years in prison for loyalty to the family. He isn't going to break it for a single drug deal. Right after the phone call, Tommy throws the phone in rage. This shows you the anger that Tommy had. He had a short temper and later on characters will call it out too. That's why he was an animal. Angry and butchering people left and right. Certainly makes up for an effective soldier. Sonny tells Tommy that I will let you handle it. That's because he has no witnesses that knows what happened nor any leads. Besides, he wanted Tommy to stay in Vice City instead of coming back to Liberty for the reasons I've already stated.
Hello, Sonny.
Tommy! Tommy, it's been too long. I know. You're just overwhelmed with emotion. 15 years.
Seems like only yesterday. I guess that's a perspective thing.
Hey, doing time for the family is no piece of cake, but the family looks after its own, okay? So how'd the deal go down? You sitting on some white gold?
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush. Harry and Lee are
You
dead.
better be kidding me, Tommy! Tell me you still got the money.
No, Sonny. I don't have the money.
That was my money, Tommy! My money! You better not be screwing me, Tommy, because you know I'm not a man to be screwed with.
Hey, Sonny. You have my personal assurance that I'm going to get you your money back and the drugs, and I'm going to mail you the dicks of those responsible.
Hey, I already know that. You're not a fool, Tommy, but I warn you. Neither am I. If it was anybody else, you'd be dead already. But because it's you, because we got history, I'm going to let you handle this.
Look, Sonny, you got my word.
I'll be in touch.
Now that the money is gone, the first and only thing that Tommy can do is to work for Rosenberg. Tommy's new in Vice City as he just got out of prison and came here, so he needs to build connection. Ken has been working as a lawyer in Vice City, so it makes sense that he would know clients and powerful people that Tommy can get in contact with. Tommy wants Ken to find out who stole the drugs and money so that Tommy can kill them. Sounds simple but very difficult to execute. Ken tells Tommy to meet the Colonel Cortez as he was the one helping Ken to set up the drug deal. With that, Tommy gets suited and steals a fancy bike to reach the party. Right after coming out of the office, we can hear Tommy's inner monologue as GTA Vice City is one of the few games where this happens. And as you can tell, Tommy is angry.
Go get some sleep, he says. I have been sitting in this chair all night with the lights off, drinking coffee. This is a disaster. We are so screwed, man. These gorillas, listen to me, are gonna come down here and rip my head off. It's ridiculous. I did not go to law school for this. Okay, now what the hell are we gonna do?
Shut up, sit down, relax. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You're gonna find out who took our cocaine, and then we're gonna kill them.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Let me think. Oh, there's this retired colonel, Colonel Juan Garcia Cortez. He's the one that helped me set up this deal well away from Vice City's established thugs, okay? Now listen, he's holding his party out in the bay on his expensive yacht, and all of Vice City's big players are gonna be there, okay? I have an invite. Of course I have an invite. But there's no way that I'm going out there sticking my head out the door. No way,
I
not gonna
told you,
happen.
shut up. I'll go myself.
Oh, whoa. Hey, I like 1978 too, but you know, this isn't gonna be a beer and strippers do. I mean, no offense, but I think that you might turn heads on the runway for the wrong reasons.
What's wrong with the way I'm dressed?
Okay, look, here, stop by Raphael's. Tell him I sent you. He'll make you look respectable. Okay, go, come on.
What does that guy think he is? Now I gotta dress like a chump as well as hang out with them? I like this shirt.
After reaching the yacht, Tommy meets Cortez and he introduces Tommy to his daughter Mercedes. Mercedes introduces Tommy to every major player of Vice City as they were all at Cortez's yacht party, which shows you that Cortez had a lot of power. Sonny sent Ken to arrange the deal with Colonel Cortez and Vance brothers. Cortez is like a neutral broker. Tommy is introduced to Congressman Alex Shrub, who is cheating on his wife with adult actress Candy Sucks while talking to Kent Paul. After that, we have BJ, Donald Love, and Avery Carrington. Lastly, we have Gonzales, who works for Cortez. Film director is Steve Scott and Pastor Richards. And then enters Diaz into the party, who Mercedes refers to as Mr. Coke, as he's the biggest dealer of that. He wants to meet Mercedes, but she wants to get out of the party with Tommy. On the way, she asks Tommy to drop her at the Pole Position Club. Because Tommy has a lady in his car, he decides to park the car in a stylish manner without crashing.
Nice bike. No, my bike!
Buenas noches. I understand you are here on the behalf of Mr. Rosenberg. I hope any recent problems have not affected his health or mental well-being, Mr.
Vercetti. He's just got a touch of agoraphobia.
Excellent, excellent. And you?
I just want my merchandise.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances for all involved. Of course, I have initiated my own lines of inquiry, but such a delicate matter will take time. Perhaps we'll talk later. Meanwhile, let me introduce you to my daughter. Mercedes! Cara mia, could you look after our guest while I attend to my necessary obligations?
Of course, Daddy.
Please, excuse me.
Mercedes?
You try living with him. Anyway, let me point out some of our more distinguished guests. That's our Congressman Alex Shrub with rising silicone star, Candy Suck.
And have you met my lovely wife, Laura? No? Well, unfortunately, she's in Alabama. This is Candy.
And over there, we have the Vice City Mamba's star titan, BJ. Always the charmer.
I blocked down on him, and then I put him in a wheelchair.
That is good. Well, now, I'm looking at some prime...
And that poolside amphibian is Jez Torrent, lead singer with Love Fist.
Can I tell you? Do you know how they play ping pong in silence? Let me tell you. It does not involve a paddle, if you know.
Impotent. And the chatty trio, that sleeping sweat gland is Papa's right-hand gimp, Gonzales. And the other two are Pastor Richards and pseudo-intellectual film director Steve Scott.
Throws a passion with the Nympho invaders when the giant shark comes in and just bites their dicks off. Now, you never saw anything like that before.
I know. Your party's as ever a triumph. I can only apologize.
Oh, de nada, amigo. How do we find you?
Our business is very trying. Barbarians at the gate. A time for rewarding one's friends and liquidating one's enemies, amigo.
Who's the loudmouth?
Ricardo Diaz. He's Mr. Coke.
Mercedes!
Oh, I was just taking my friend back into town. Another time, Ricardo.
Ricardo, let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Show
Actually, take me to the pole position.
drinks.
Will you be working for my father?
Maybe.
Do you mind me resting my hand in your lap?
Maybe.
So difficult having a rich and powerful father. Vamos. See you around, handsome.
I'm sure you will.
Cortez was on the line looking for the party that ambushed the deal, so it was time to get a lead from the streets. That means someone who is already in the business and Tommy can learn about the game. So Tommy meets Ken once again for the lead and he tells Tommy that Ken Paul should know something about it. That's because Ken Paul is in the music industry and connected to drugs. And with that, Tommy heads over to the Malibu club.
Ah, well, I hope you're having a good time, because I'm going out of my mind with worry here. What did you find out?
That there are more criminals in this town than in prison. We need a lead from the streets.
Okay, let me think. Ah, I got it. Okay, there's this limey, some music industry slimeball. Goes by the name of Kent Paul. Anyway, he's got his nose so far up most of Vice City's ass that if anybody knows the whereabouts of 20 keys of coke, it's this guy, all right? He's always at the Malibu.
I'll go pay him a visit.
Take it easy now.
However, when he meets him, Tommy gets very angry. He realized that Ken Paul likes to talk a lot. As a man with short temper, Tommy did not like that and was out of patience. He pushed Ken to the ground in order to intimidate him into giving up any whereabouts of anyone who is currently in the drug game. This cutscene is very important as it lays out why people were scared of Tommy. Tommy was not only a killer with precision, he was also someone with very short temper. Mixing the two makes up for a man who comes across as very dangerous and intimidating. And as I've said, that is what ultimately turned Tommy into an effective soldier. This makes Ken Paul scared and he gives up the location of a chef named Leo Teal who was dealing drugs in Ocean Drive.
Where'd you pop up from? I've been looking for a bird like you for ages, mate.
You know why?
Looking for some English guy.
Ken Paul.
Ken Paul, mate. Yeah, I'm the governor around here. I'll sort things out. You know what I mean? I'll treat you. Whatever you want, I'll get you, girl. Don't you worry about a thing, mate.
Get lost, honey. Wait. I'm Ken Paul. I'm a friend of Rosenberg's.
Rosenberg. Oh, that bonkers ambulance chaser. That guy could defend an innocent man all the way to death row. Get another drink, bruv.
Everybody's a comedian. Listen to me. I'm missing 20 keys and a lot of cash.
Mate, it's a mugs game.
What do you know about it?
Oi, well, what I was coming to was, there's some chef come trumpet shifter who deals at kitchen of a hotel on Ocean Drive. He's been looking real pleased with himself lately. You could go and check him out.
I will. And I'll be seeing you around.
Yeah, that's right. Go and walk away, you mug. I knock you spark out. Give me a drink. And where's that slut?
Tommy goes to Ocean Drive and finds the chef. He then kills the chef with his shotgun and retrieves his cell phone so that anyone calling him will talk to Tommy, and that way Tommy could find out more about the ambush. After beating the chef, Lance shows up out of nowhere and helps Tommy in dealing with the current situation. He even gives Tommy a gun so that Tommy ends up trusting him. He reveals that he was there at the deal when it went wrong, and like Tommy, he had a lead on Leo Teal. But unlike Tommy, Lance wanted to interrogate him in order to find out about the ambush. Tommy, on the other hand, does not trust Lance at first because he simply does not know who he is. But after being surrounded by more chefs, he had no choice but to take the gun that Lance gave him and defend himself. Tommy, being an effective soldier, first runs away from the chef to create some distance between him and them since they were all carrying butcher knives. After that, he kills all 3 chefs and escapes with Lance in his car. Lance tells him that in order to survive in this town, Tommy must always carry a gun. Notice how Tommy does not say anything to Lance. That's because he agreed. Then Tommy visits the weapons store and drives back to his hotel room. Lance tells Tommy that he will be looking for more information on ambush and keep his eyes on Tommy. The reason Lance is helping Tommy is because they both share the same goal. Teaming up only makes a lot more sense when you have the same goal. This, however, will change as we continue through the story.
Hey, what you looking at? You better start talking. Hey, make me, you prick.
Oh, way to go, tough guy. Beat him to a pulp. That should make him real chatty.
You want some too?
Hey, chill. I want what you want, brother.
Oh, yeah? And what's that?
Your green and my dead brother's white lady. Unfortunately, you just silenced our lead.
Accidents happen. Get lost.
Hey, whoa. No need to go all Lone Ranger on my ass. The way I see it, we 2 hombres in a strange town. We need to watch each other's back.
My back's just fine, brother.
You sure about that? Here, take this. Follow me. This way.
This is Rotterdam 17 in Central Washington Beach.
One thing you gotta realize about this town, you gotta pack some heat. Local gun shop's a couple of blocks away. Look at this. I'm gonna go see what I can dig up. I'll be watching you, Tommy.
The Forellis from up north wants Ken to do something for them. They want him to intimidate 2 juries going after Sonny Forelli's cousin Giorgio due to him committing fraud and looking at a 5-year prison time. But Ken is scared because he does not know how to intimidate any juries, and that's where Tommy comes in. He is very good at intimidating people. And now, Tommy also has no choice but to work for the Forellis. Once again, after getting out, Tommy talks to himself, and you can tell that he regrets the decision to join the Forellis when he did, because it made his life worse in every single way. Tommy goes to the first juror's location and shoots his car with a shotgun to intimidate him. After that, he reaches the second juror and does the same thing. Seeing Tommy work towards him with a shotgun in his hand made it very scary for the juror, and he agreed to not make Giorgio guilty of fraud.
Oh, for God's sake, it's you. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna need new pants. Hey, those psychos from up north, they've been on the horn, and they're coming down here soon. Now, where is the goddamn money?
Relax. We're not at that part yet.
Oh, I thought that you were taking care of this. I really did. And now those Guidos say we gotta do them a favor.
You mean I gotta do him a favor?
Oh, of course that's what I mean. Do I look like I can intimidate a jury? I couldn't intimidate a child, and believe me, I've tried. Now look, it's either that or Forelli's cousin Giorgio gets 5 years for fraud. You gotta take these guys out!
I understand. Help the jury change their minds. Don't worry about it.
No! I tried that! The jury case didn't go so well. So make them change their minds.
Alright, more crap to wipe up. What did I do wrong in a past life? Dumb Florida moron.
Yo, man! Oh, please!
You know he's not guilty.
I can't believe this is happening!
Remember, guilty is a dirty word.
Once Tommy is done dealing with the jurors, he gets a call by someone who thinks it is Leo. The unknown guy tells Tommy that he found a buyer for Diaz's merchandise. That means Tommy is getting closer to where he needs to be. Tommy tries to ask for more information, but the employee recognizes it wasn't Leo on the phone, so he refuses to give up any more information to Tommy. The guy on the phone is known as a street wannabes guy. You can tell that he was spooked about his location by the way he was talking to Tommy on the phone. He actually steals Diaz's merchandise and goes into hiding. Much later into the game, when Tommy starts to work for Diaz, there will be a mission where Tommy chases someone for his stolen merchandise. That is because of this. That's why he was very jittery about his location on this call.
Hey, Leo, I think we got a buyer for Diaz's merchandise. Gotta give him a ring, man. Set up the deal, you know?
Where are you now?
You okay, Leo? You sound kinda different.
Just tell me where you are.
Who the hell is this? Put Leo on, man.
Leo's gone away for a while. He left me in charge.
Screw you, man.
In the final Ken mission, he introduces Tommy to Avery Carrington. A small company, Spand Express, who owns some prime development land, refused to sell it, so Avery wants Tommy to start a riot for that. This is the introduction to Avery Carrington. He's important as Tommy will later work for him and invest in real estate because of his advice. Tommy will also do this because he always respects his elders. That's because of him working with his father at the Printworks when he was younger. Right after agreeing to do the work for Avery, Tommy calls him a prick. That's because of his short temper and anger. Right after getting out of the office, Tommy tries to kick an old lady, but fails. This is also another subtle hint showing how much he respects his elders. We will see this trait of Tommy portrayed later in the story. Even though Ken recommended Tommy to go at Raphael's to wear a Spand Express employee uniform, Tommy Vercetti does not care about that. He goes into the protest and destroys the vehicles in order to help out Avery. Tommy does not need to start a riot when he has a gun in his hand. After completing this job, Tommy can work for Avery.
Avery, goes without saying. Tommy, any progress? No. Tell me later. Tommy, this is Avery Carrington. I believe you met at the party?
Not in person.
Howdy.
Avery here has a proposition.
Haven't we got other things on our mind?
I'm trying to keep the wolves from the door. So could you please cut me some slack? I'm stretched like a wire, and even if I'm dead by the end of the week, I'd like to think that I didn't die poor.
Now just calm down, both of you. Son, you help me, and any greaseballs giving you a hard time, I'll see to it they take a long dirt nap.
Okay. What could I do for you?
This delivery company's got its depot on some prime land. They won't sell. They're hanging on like a big old prairie rat.
So we gotta go in there and smoke that vermin out. Head on down there and stir up a hornet's nest. The security will have their hands full, and then you can sneak in and put them out of business.
And you could drop by Raphael's for a change of clothes. You might be there a while, but yeah, go for it.
Should be a riot.
If the balls drop like they should, stop by my office sometime.
Who are these pricks anyway? Lawyer pricks, rug-wearing pricks, surrounded by pricks.
After working for Ken and doing Avery's job, Cortez calls Tommy so that he works for Cortez. He tells Tommy to meet him at his yacht, but he only mentions the deal in the call. He does this so that Tommy goes to meet him. If he immediately tells Tommy to work for him, Tommy could have declined easily. But because he told Tommy about the ambush, which we know what Tommy was after, Tommy decides to meet him in person at his yacht. Not to mention, Tommy was a man of short temper too. It is most likely that he knew this from Ken, since Ken saw how angry Tommy can get. That's why Cortez had to mention the ambush without saying anything else about working for him in order to get Tommy to meet him in person.
Hola, is this Mr. Vercetti?
Yeah.
This is Cortez. You were at my party?
Yeah, I remember.
Mr. Vercetti, it was a most unfortunate incident that happened with your piece of steel.
I know.
I want you to know me and my people are doing their utmost to get to the bottom of it. If you'd like to talk to me more privately, you can find me at the office. Okay? Good day, senor.
In the meantime, Sonny will also call Tommy to ask about the money. He calls Tommy as he does not trust him. He asks if Tommy got a suntan. That's because he's in Vice City where people can enjoy and spend time at the beach. It is a way of asking if he was having pleasure in Vice City or not. Tommy tells him that he isn't enjoying because he's looking for the money, which is the truth. Ever since he came to Vice City, looking for the money and getting to the people who might have caused the ambush is all that he has been doing. But Sonny is an unreliable person himself, so he thinks the entire world is like that too. He thinks that Tommy took the money for himself and now was enjoying time in Vice City, treating it like a vacation. But the fact that he kept quiet for 15 years in prison was not enough for Sonny to think that Tommy was never going to betray him. On the other hand, Tommy started to see that he wasted 15 years of his life being loyal for a crooked family that had no principles whatsoever. Things started to change for Tommy, but it was only the beginning. Sonny also comes across very confrontational when he calls Tommy. His tone implies that Tommy's wasting time and does not do anything. The reason Tommy's not giving Sonny updates for every single thing he's doing is because he knew that it was going to be pointless.
Hey, Tommy, it's Sonny. How's the suntan?
I ain't got no suntan.
We ain't got my money either, so I'm one of them myself. What are you doing? So tell me, Tommy, what are you doing?
I'm looking for the money, Sonny. Don't worry.
I am worrying, Tommy. That's my style, because I seem to have this problem in my life with unreliable people. Don't be an unreliable person, Tommy, please. Do us both a favor. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Tommy meets Cortez, who finally tells him that unfortunately his right-hand man, Gonzales, indirectly caused the ambush to take place. Gonzales had the inside track on the deal and squealed to Diaz. Tommy, however, tells Cortez that he only needed to get the money back, so taking care of Gonzales did not matter that much, but Cortez wanted Tommy to kill him. That's because Gonzales became a puppet of Diaz and was working against the interest of Cortez. We will see this more once we get to Gonzales. Cortez gives Tommy a chainsaw so that he can continue his butchering and cut Gonzales in two.
Mr. Vercetti.
Colonel.
Thank you for coming. Please sit. Lobster.
No, thanks.
I am ashamed to admit that one of the causes of our mutual problem appears to have been the loose tongue of a man I used to trust. I've been carrying Gonzales for years, but now his incompetence reaches new heights. It's only right that you kill Gonzales.
Did he do it? It's the money that's important to me.
For this kindness, I'll reward you. And then, we will find your money together. He will be at his penthouse, half drunk probably. Use this.
Tommy takes the chainsaw and goes to Gonzales' location. Once Tommy enters the place, Gonzales is actually protected by two men. Who are these two? They're actually thugs working for Diaz. Diaz wanted to protect Gonzales since he was revealing secrets from Cortez to Diaz. Tommy takes care of Gonzales and escapes from the cops to clear the heat.
Oi!
better shut that big mouth of yours. He's got a blade. Stop running, you fat slime ball. Keep away from me, you cheap bastard.
Tommy's very capable and Cortez realized it. Cortez wants Tommy to meet a courier, Peter LaPonce, in the Washington Mall and retrieve some guidance chips that LaPonce should be delivering. But this has nothing to do with the money, which is what Tommy was after. Cortez is Tommy's best bet in order to finding out where the money went and who made the ambush happen. But at this point in the story, the money is what Tommy wants to get mostly. That's because of the pressure from the Forellis. Cortez tells Tommy that things are done differently in Vice City compared to Liberty City, but this is a pointless thing to say as corruption is the same everywhere. It is possible that he said this in order to let Tommy know that people are not scared of him or the Forellis in Vice City in an indirect manner. Tommy agrees to work for him anyway.
Tommy, come and join me. This looks delicious, eh? Copy a snout.
Oh, no thanks.
Tommy, you are like a pompous breeze that has freed me from the stench of corruption. Although I must appear to mourn his passing and carry on with business as usual.
This isn't getting me any closer to my money.
Tommy, my friend, you are not in Liberty now. Here, we do things differently. I will continue with my inquiries, but in the meantime, I have a valuable deal to close.
A favor for a friend, Cortez?
You're a good friend, Tommy. I knew you would not let me down. I need you to meet a courier who has obtained some valuable technology for me.
Tommy goes to the mall and finds the French courier. Unfortunately, the GIGN ambush Tommy, but he kills the courier and brings back the guidance chip for Cortez.
Hey, baby, it's your lucky night.
The rain, she's très wet this time of the year.
What?
Ah, comment?
Look, Cortez sent me. Just give me the damn chips.
Oh, d'accord.
Freeze imperialist American pig! That is propriété of the gouvernement français. Hand it over!
You American idiot! They followed you here.
Shoot the police!
You've got to do better, Mr. Snell. Ah, you eat my dirt.
Respond to a 10-7 Southwest Washington Beach.
Diaz, on the other hand, was continuing to take over and run his drug empire. This meant dealing with a lot of heat too. Diaz wanted someone who was capable of protecting him during a bid. That's why he asked Cortez to help him out. Cortez knew Tommy was capable and that's why he told Tommy to oversee the deal. At this point, Cortez didn't know that Diaz had anything to do with the ambush at the very beginning of the game. That's mainly why he's helping Diaz. But later on, Cortez will learn that Diaz might have been the one who was ultimately responsible for the ambush to happen. So Tommy decides to oversee the deal. We can hear Tommy's inner monologue and tell that he disliked Diaz. From the brief moment of time he spent observing Diaz at the party, Tommy already could tell that Diaz was also another hothead. He also calls Diaz a creep. That's because Diaz wanted to spend time and enjoy Mercedes despite being much older than her.
Tomas, I appreciate your coming. Forgive me for getting straight to business. Diaz has asked me to oversee a minor business transaction.
Let's hope it goes better than last time.
Which is why I thought of you, my friend. I've dropped some protection at the multi-story car park. Pick it up, then go and watch over Diaz's men at the drop-off. Gracias, amigo.
Diaz, huh? Apparently that angry midget runs this madhouse. Let's see what that creep has to do with things.
Tommy goes to the location to collect a rifle in order to protect Diaz, but all of a sudden, Lance show up. That's because he's shadowing Tommy to see what he does. Tommy and Lance decide to team up for the deal and provide protection for Diaz. They both take vantage points at the balcony and the roof across the yard and wait for the Cubans to arrive. The deal starts right, but then comes the Haitians and they ambush the deal. The Haitians and Cubans had a conflict for a long time. Later, we will explore the conflict and what role Tommy plays within it. Tommy headshots both of the Haitians once they get out of the car. He was a soldier of the Forellis, which is why his aim is very precise. He kills off the Haitians before they even get a chance to fire their weapons. After that, more Haitians show up in a van, but Tommy uses his chainsaw to butcher them. He could use guns, but he decides butchering them would be a better choice, and he butchers them before they even have a chance to hurt Diaz and Lance. Another van ambushes Diaz from behind, but Tommy silences them all. A final Haitian lowrider shows up, but they're no match for Tommy. Even though Lance is also overseeing the deal, only Tommy was all the deal ever needed. Seeing that that they are being gunned down left and right, the Haitians decide to simply dash in and take the money. Lance manages to snipe one of them while Tommy quickly runs up and snipes the last one. He does not even need to chase them either, because he was too good at butchering people. After getting the briefcase, Tommy gives it back to Diaz, and Diaz realized that Tommy is someone he needs for his organization at some point, but Lance dips out of the meeting.
Hogging all the action, I see.
Look, you want to do something other than just shadowing me everywhere? Why don't you come along and show me if you're any use?
I might just do that. The name's Lance, by the way.
Tommy Vercetti. Let's go.
You must be Cortez's new gun.
Until more gainful opportunities arise. They'll be here any minute. We both better get a good vantage point.
Okay, I'll take the balcony, you get the roof across the yard. Don't worry, I got you covered.
Don't just stand there, you pricks! Chase that Haitian dickhead down! I live, dickheads, and it's all down to you. What is your name?
Tommy.
I see you soon, amigo, I think.
Shit. Where's that guy, Lance?
This impresses Diaz, so he calls Tommy shortly in order to have him as his working man. He also mentions that Cortez actually praised Tommy's capabilities to him, but he addresses Cortez as prick. This might be surprising at first since we saw Diaz and Cortez being friendly at his yacht party, but Diaz actually never liked Cortez. That's why Diaz went behind his back and ambushed the deal in the first place. Diaz is also an angry man, which makes sense as to why he would call Cortez a prick, but this introduces Tommy into the drugs game of Vice City.
Tommy, it's Ricardo Diaz. I want to thank you for looking out for me, my man. I asked that prick Cortez, he said you're the real deal, my friend. Will you not come see me? I need a guy like you. All I have now is dickheads. Dickheads everywhere, yo. I make you real rich.
When Tommy meets Diaz, he's throwing a temper tantrum because the horse he bet his money on lost the race. Diaz tells Tommy that he works for him now, but Tommy refutes. When Tommy saw Diaz has a short temper, he realized it was pointless to argue with him. Diaz talks about his men who stole 3% from him. This is the same guy who called Tommy when he had Leo's phone while being jittery about his location. Diaz tells Tommy to follow the man who stole from him and chase him to his hideout. After that, Tommy and Lance can kill him together.
Come on, baby, come on! Yeah! Yeah! Stupid horse! I'll chop your head off! Who is this thickhead?
Tommy Vercetti. You remember me.
Excuse me, I'm a little anxious. Never trust a goddamn horse! You do a good job. You work for me now.
I work for money.
As I said, amigo, you work for me now.
I work
Shut
for
up! Some Judas has betrayed me. He thinks I don't know how much money I should be making. But stealing 3% is as good as stealing 100%. No one does this to me. No one. You follow him from his apartment, and you see where he goes. Later, we will kill him.
This asshole thinks he can mess with me? If this is the best Vice City has to offer, this is gonna be easy.
Tommy looks through the window and finds no one. He goes to the rooftop and sees the thief. The thief tries to kill Tommy but misses his shots due to him panicking. Tommy chases the Judas while he tries to kill Tommy, but Tommy successfully finds out where the thief was hiding.
Wait, it wasn't me.
Oh, shit! Loser! You better keep on running, asshole! Go!
After finding out where the street wannabe was hiding, he goes back to Diaz and he orders Tommy to kill all of the thugs. Lance also agrees to help him out. From the things that Diaz tells Tommy, you can tell that other than getting the money back and eliminating those who threatened him, Diaz also saw the fraud as an existential threat. That's why he told Tommy that soon any mom and pop shop will think that they can get in the drugs game, meaning if Diaz lets people do what they want, he won't be feared or taken seriously, which will ultimately hurt his empire that he was building. After that, Tommy asks Lance why he was there, but he reveals to Tommy that after asking around, it seems Diaz is the one who ultimately ambushed the deal and jumped Victor Vance. Keep in mind, as of now, both Tommy and Lance shared a same goal. Tommy makes fun of Lance for his name, to which Lance shows some insecurities. He asks if Tommy ever used a machine gun from a helicopter, and Tommy says that even though he never used one, he will get some practice on the way. After that, he blows up many boats and vehicles on his path. That's because Tommy does not care about anything else other than being an efficient soldier. He is, after all, a butcher. After flying all the way over to Prawn Island, Tommy takes out every single street wannabes as he can. He massacres them all with his machine gun. He clears the roof of the building, the yard, and the second floor and outside. After that, Lance drops Tommy so that he can butcher the rest of the thugs that are inside the building and get the briefcase of money back to Diaz. Once he collects the money, Lance comes in and picks up Tommy from the roof to escape with the money.
What kind of incompetent fool are you? Fool! 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 Tommy!
What, Ricardo?
These idiots, they're always trying to screw you. That's the problem with this business. What do you think you're doing? These pricks have failed me miserably. Soon any mom and pop will think they could sell Gallo in Vice City. What next, huh? The stinking Mafia? That gang place is a fortress at ground level. So Quentin here, Quentin! He'll fly you over the area. Eradicate them! What do you think you're doing?
What are you doing here?
Hey, I've been asking around. It's obvious that Diaz jumped the deal and iced my brother.
And he'll kill you too.
I can take Diaz.
No, listen to me. I'll handle Diaz. He's beginning to trust me. One thing puzzling me. What's with Quentin?
I don't know. I always kind of liked it. Quentin Vance.
Vance? You hate Lance Vance?
Hey, I got enough of that at school.
Lance Vance, poor bastard.
Where the hell are we headed anyway?
Prawn Island.
You ever fire one of those from a whirly?
No, I'll get a bit of practice on the way though.
Okay, we're almost there. We'll make a couple of passes. So take out as many guns as you can. Then I'll set you down, and you're on your way. Damn, this is a war zone. Let's take out some of those guns. We're taking hits here, man! This thing ain't cheap to fix! Take them out! Okay, you're on your own from here. Good luck, brother.
10-7 East Tron Island. There is a 10-17 Central Tron Island.
In the second errand, Diaz is seen using a shotgun to kill pigeons, which is a visual way of the game to show the players that Diaz is a very angry guy. He wants Tommy to steal the fastest boat of Vice City this time. The Boatyard has the fastest boat for a Costa Rican smuggler, but Diaz wants it for himself. He does not like when someone else steals from him, but when it is his time, everything is fine. While he goes back to pigeon hunting,
Not so pleased with yourselves now, huh?
Whoa, watch where you're waving that thing.
No more pigeon shit on my car, eh, Tommy?
Guess not.
You're damn right. Now listen, you know who owns the fastest boat on the East Coast?
Not offhand, no.
Me! And I want it to stay that way. Every smuggler from here to Caracas has one dream, a faster boat. Rumor has it the Boatyard had just completed such a vessel for some Costa Rican dickhead. And Tommy, I want that boat. Ah, I thought I got you. Where'd you come from?
I think your pigeons are back.
Tommy goes to steal the fastest boat from the docks. Since it is the fastest boat, it was being heavily guarded by the Costa Rican gang, but they are no match for the Harwood Butcher. He kills every single guard by either headshotting them or blowing off their arms and shoulders. After that, he steals the boat and takes off. On the way, the cops try to stop him by shooting, but he gets away completely and reaches Diaz's mansion, after which Cortez calls Tommy, and by his voice you can tell it was because of something urgent.
Respond to a 10-17 Central Vice Port. Suspect on foot. There is a 10-17 Central Vice Port. There is a 10-7 Central Vice Port. Suspect in Aqua is broke.
Tommy, it's me, Colonel Cortez. Look, senor, I believe you are a man who can get things done. So please help me. You can find me at the boat, huh?
Time for the last Diaz mission, or at least the last time working for him. Diaz is once again angry and destroys his CD player. Tommy tells him that it wasn't even plugged in, but Diaz told him whatever. This is a hint at telling the players that Diaz was so angry that sometimes he would not even use his common sense. There's a freelancer that sells merchandise from his yacht in Vice City, but the stocks are sold to the buyer that reaches him first. So he wants Tommy to use the fastest boat and get the merchandise faster than anyone else. Tommy goes out to do this and meets Lance. He tells Tommy that he simply wants to help him and that one day he will save his life. However, this never happens. In fact, it will be Lance who will get himself in trouble and Tommy would be the one helping him, only for him to later betray Tommy. Anyways, they get on the boat and Tommy drives it to the freelancer. Lance asks Tommy why are they working for Diaz when they know it was him who ambushed the deal, to which Tommy says that he wants to learn as much as possible about Diaz to have the best chance of taking him down when the time is right. Lance actually likes this and tells Tommy about it too, but he will go against what Tommy said right after this mission. We'll come back to this much later. The reason Tommy wanted to learn more is because as a soldier, Tommy has always been a one-man army. From a soldier's perspective, if you want to bring down an emperor, you need as much information as possible. Lance, on the other hand, wasn't like that. He just wanted revenge and didn't think of any preparation. He was driven by narcissism, which we will see later. Tommy races the others and Lance provides cover for him. After that, he gets the merchandise before everyone, so the Cubans try to take him out. But Tommy kills everyone coming after him and takes out the chopper as well. And of course, he headshots everyone. Diaz rewards Tommy $10,000 for this job as it was the riskiest thing he has done so far. Now it's time to hear why Cortez called him.
Jack! Plastic crap! You doing this to me? Who do you think you are, you piece of plastic shit? Oh. Oh. you! It is my favorite El Burro movie. It died. What else can I do?
It's probably not plugged in.
What? Damn. No matter. I can buy 100 more. Now, Tommy. Each month, a freelancer sails into Vice City in Morris's yacht. He sells his cargo to the first boat. I want you to take the speedboat and beat all the other shitheads to it. Then you bring the cargo here. Okay?
Let me guess. You thought I could use a guardian angel.
I'm just saying, you need to let me in there, my man. Now, you can feed me all this lonely tough guy crap, but I know one day I'm gonna save your ass, and you're probably gonna want to kiss me.
Wacko.
We got some competition. So, Tommy, we know it was Diaz busted our deal, so why in the hell are we running errands for him?
The more we learn now, the less we have to learn when we take this town over.
I like your style, man. Real fresh. It's time for the Vance dance. Watch yourself. They're coming from all over. Got it. Head for Diaz as fast as you can. Eat it. Eat it. Sleep with the fish. There are gunmen on that jetty.
Advance 17 southwest by point. Respond to advance 17 southwest by point. 17 west Washington.
More trouble up ahead! You want some of this? Good shooting, my friend. You're a real, proper grade A lunatic.
Well, thank you.
See you around, Tommy.
Okay, Mr. Lance Vance Dance.
I don't think I'm dressed right.
Cortez tells Tommy that he has a suspicion on Diaz and that it might be him who ambushed the deal, but he wants Tommy to run more errands. Tommy is ordered to acquire a piece of military hardware that is being taken through town. Cortez has found a buyer for that hardware and wants Tommy to steal it. He knew Tommy was going to be the guy capable enough to get this done, but Tommy on the other hand kept reminding Cortez that this is not going to get him closer to the money that he was looking for. Unfortunately for Tommy, he has no choice but to carry on being a soldier. Tommy goes to the military parade and finds out the military hardware is a tank. Seeing there are so many soldiers, Tommy takes out the gunner of tank from far away with a sniper. After that, the driver comes out and he steals it for Cortez. The military initiates self-destruct, but before that happens, Tommy takes the tank and stores it in the colonel's lockup for a job well done. The reason Tommy wasn't motivated in working for Cortez is due to his low payments. For this job, Cortez only pays $2,000 to Tommy, which is very low for such a risky job. That's why despite Cortez saying that Tommy should be hungry for opportunities, we see Tommy is not motivated. However, that does not mean he isn't hungry. He is, and we will see that. And also, the reason he still agreed to do the job, A, he didn't want to disrespect Cortez because him and Cortez were in good terms, and B, because he always respects his elders, which I have already stated before. And that is mainly the reason why he never brought himself to decline Cortez's jobs, despite their low payouts.
Diaz was pleased and would like to meet you again.
Is that a good thing?
Of course, although I'm starting to think that Diaz was responsible for our unfortunate loss.
What makes you say that?
One does not wave accusations at a man like Diaz. I'm merely thinking out loud. No matter. I have a proposal that you could profit
I don't have time to run more errands, Cortez.
I would have thought a man with such dangerous dates would be hungry for opportunities. Please, Tommy, at least hear me out.
Go on.
I have a buyer for a piece of military hardware that is being taken through town. Pick it up for me. And once you get it, I want you to call me immediately. Then...
Convoy! Halt! What's up with the gunner? Don't know, sir. Get topside, soldier. Civilians in the tank. Stop him. Men's in position.
1 south,
Security protocol. Down the Indian helicopter.
North de La Habana.
Ken Paul calls Tommy shortly after the Cortez job. He wants Tommy to meet him at the Malibu club. That's because he heard about Lance being kept hostage by Diaz's men. Lance was a hot-headed, narcissistic man. He was way too over in his head. He's not a capable killer like Tommy. He thought he could go up against Diaz all alone and take revenge. But Diaz was Mr. Coke for a reason. Ken Paul had insights into the drug game. That's how he heard that Lance is kept hostage by Diaz. When Tommy heard this, he immediately gets fueled. That's because Tommy at this point was considering Lance as his criminal partner, and Tommy was also very loyal, so he immediately goes to save Lance without any hesitation. Ken Paul gives the location of Lance, who was being held at the junkyard. Tommy rushes through to save Lance before he bleeds out.
Right, me old China, it's Paul. I might have a little result for you, but I need to speak to you in person. I'm enjoying a little R&R at the Club Malibu. I reckon you're going to owe me a favour or two out of this, sunshine. I'll see you later.
All right, Mush. I'm going to save your Vera, mate.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know that wanker Diaz, the Bugelmeister? He's got your boy Lance. Word is your mate tried to jump him. Didn't jump high enough, if you know what I mean.
Where did he take him?
All right, all
In
right.
plain English.
Keep your party on. They got him across town to the junkyard. Bloody hell, you nutter!
After reaching the place, Tommy butchers every single goon. He then saves Lance and yells at him for doing something so foolish. Lance is an emotional hothead. He's not a man of reason. But now that Lance screwed up, Tommy had no choice but to go up against Diaz head to head. So he takes a car and saves Lance. On the way to the hospital, even more thugs show up, but Tommy manages to keep Lance in one piece.
There goes my careful planning blown to shit. Thanks to you. You screwed up real good, Lance.
He killed my brother. What do you expect me to do, mow his lawns?
We're gonna have to take out that prick Diaz before he takes us out. You okay to use a gun?
Sure, I guess. Nice to see you too.
Let's get out of here. Get patched up and meet me on the bridge to Star Island, okay?
Okay, I got you.
Now it's time to say goodnight to Mr. Diaz. Lance show up with assault rifles to take him out. Tommy and Lance march forward and Diaz sees them coming on his camera. Tommy starts to take out every single thug by headshotting them. He knows how to manage the recoil of guns because he has a lot of experience. He clears the front door and the yard. After that, Tommy takes out every single goon hiding in the maze. He grenades the thugs inside of the basement just to let Diaz know that his end is coming soon. Tommy and Lance work their way up the stairs and finally reach Diaz to confront him. Diaz accuses Tommy of betraying him, but it was Diaz who ambushed the deal and almost killed Tommy in the first place. Tommy kills the thugs while Lance sits there and sees him do it since he's useless. Lastly, Tommy puts a ton of lead into Diaz to make him falter. With all of his men being dead and no one to save him, Tommy and Lance take him out once and for all. I always wonder who took the final shot to actually finish off Diaz. Was it Tommy or Lance? Maybe both at the same time. I have a poll on my community post, so make sure you vote to give your answer.
This is not so bad.
I got us some cannons in the trunk.
Holy shit, where'd you get all this stuff?
Been saving for a rainy day. You like?
Yeah, I like.
I need to be home before.
This place is gonna be crawling with assholes. Be careful.
Don't worry, Tommy. I'll cover you.
Resident 17 Central Taxi Island. Come to a 10-17 Central Taxi Isla. This was a 10-17 Central Taxi Isla.
Oh, you leave?
Diaz! I've come to take over your business!
Tommy, you betrayed me, you idiot! I'm gonna kill you real soon! Eat this, you murdering bastard! You stupid freaks! My beautiful house! Look what you've done to it!
This is for my brother!
I trusted you, Tommy. I would have had you made.
Say goodnight, Mr. Diaz.
Now that we have dealt with Diaz, it's time to help Cortez. He calls Tommy for help as the French government is after him, so he has to flee by city. He cannot flee from airport, so it has to be done by sea. But if he wants to do that, the French government will send agents to take him out. That's why Tommy was called for.
Tommy, Tomas, it's Cortez. Look, the French are giving me all kinds of trouble, amigo. They're hypocrites. They spend 100 years stealing from poor countries, and they call me a thief, huh? I'm going to need your help as soon as possible, amigo. So please hurry, huh? Tommy, I need you, alright? I hate the damn French.
He's very capable and takes out every single man and chopper sent after Cortez. But once again, they are no match for the Harwood Butcher. At some point, even a hunter show up, but Tommy uses his machine gun and snipes the pilot while blowing up the hunter. Cortez thanks Tommy and gives him his boat as a token of gratitude. He also asks Tommy to keep an eye on Mercedes as he knew that Tommy was loyal and trustworthy. He needed to know where the money was, but ended up helping Cortez all the way through anyway.
Circumstances forced a hasty departure, amigo.
What's the problem?
The French want their missile technology back, and after that last incident, I feel it is time to find safer harbors.
Wouldn't it be safer to fly?
I'd be dead before I reach check-in. Besides, I need to get my merchandise out of the country.
Need another gun?
You, my friend, are worth 10 guns.
Port side! Port side! Port side! French.
Tomas, you have protected and served me well. And now you must leave us before we reach the open seas. I will lower my personal launch. Keep it, my friend. A token of my gratitude.
Thank you, Colonel.
One more request. While I'm away, could you keep an eye on Mercedes for me?
I think she could look after herself, but sure, I'll keep an eye out.
Gracias, amigo. Hasta luego.
Adios, amigo.
We're almost halfway through the story, so Sonny calls Tommy to see what he was doing. He tells Tommy that he does not communicate to Sonny, but Tommy tells him the truth. Sonny only cared about the money and Tommy still didn't find it, so why would he ever call him? Sonny was also angry at Tommy rather than being angry at the situation, which means Tommy started to see the writing on the wall. For the first time ever, Tommy started to live for himself. He knew that he was capable to take over Vice City. After taking out Diaz, it was only a matter of time for him to do so, and Sonny's negative behavior made him realize that Sonny was going to be a problem sooner or later. Sonny also knew that Tommy killed Diaz. That's why he calls Tommy a second time after rub-out, as anything before that wasn't newsworthy. His plan from the very beginning of the game was to make sure Tommy does the dirty work for the family. However, losing the money to an ambush wasn't part of the plan. That's where things went south completely.
Tommy, remember me?
Hello, Sonny.
That's right, Sonny. We're all friends. You never write me, you never call. Don't you want to be friends no more?
I've been busy trying to sort things out. You didn't give me a lot of support down here, Sonny.
Oh, my fault, is it? Well, I've heard you've been busy, all right. Busy killing drug barons, busy taking over. Don't forget about us, Tommy, because I can assure you, I ain't forgotten about you.
Since Tommy was going to take over, it was time to meet Avery, as he's always buying real estate. Maybe Tommy could learn a thing or two from him. When he meets Avery, he offers Tommy a drink, but Tommy refuses like Nico. That's because, like Nico, Tommy wants to be sober when he's carrying out jobs for criminals and corrupted people. He's also a soldier who knows how to serve his orders. Avery informs Tommy that he has a problem with a rival property developer who is refusing to sell some lands that he wants. He asks Tommy to quote-unquote persuade the property developer into selling. He then gives Tommy a membership card to get inside the golf court as well. After leaving the car, we can once again hear Tommy's monologue about Avery, and as usual, he's angry. He goes to Jock Sports to wear a golfing outfit. After reaching the golf course, Tommy parks the car near the barricade in order to jump over it and enter without leaving his weapons at the security. After that, he uses his sniper rifle to pick off the target for a job well done. Since he did it from far away, the bodyguards weren't able to see him either.
Come in and park yourself on the hide, son. Hell, my daddy used to say, never look a gift horse in the mouth. And by golly, he never did. Would you like a drop of the old Kentucky?
No thanks.
A clean thinker. I like that. Now, the property business isn't all about highfalutin paper pushing. It's about dirt, and the will to claim that dirt. You with me, son?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I need some tenacious bastard to let go of some dirt. And you look to me like the kind of guy to persuade him.
Persuasion's my forte.
Yeah, he'll be down at the country club, down on the golf course. They don't allow guns, so his bodyguards won't be packing lawgivers. Go beat 8 tons of crap out of him. Here now, I got you a membership. And boy, you're gonna need more appropriate clothing.
This guy's my new friend. I never had a friend with a weight before.
Is this me?
Nice ass, baby.
I'm one tough nut to crack.
In the following Avery mission, he shows Tommy the blueprints of a property being built. He's looking at some more development land, located up the roads from his construction site. Avery's problem is that the construction has already begun, so he asks Tommy to destroy the site. Tommy gets inside the Top Fun van to control an RC helicopter and take the bombs to plant at various sections of the construction, which is indicated in the blueprint that Avery has given to Tommy. He also uses the chopper to kill the man going after it. Just like that, he plants 4 bombs in 4 floors of the construction and blows it up entirely.
Now look here, son. I got a problem and I reckon you could help me with it.
I'm no builder.
No, I was thinking more of your demolition skills. Now this is the development as planned, and this is the property that we're looking at.
You're trying to say this new office block is kind of in the way.
You catch on quick. Now, I'm gonna head out of town for a while, and if that office development were to face sudden and insurmountable structural problems, then
As a civil-minded individual, you feel obliged to step in and save the rejuvenation of an important area of the city.
Where can I get more guys like you?
After blowing up the construction for Avery, Tommy is called once again. This time, Avery introduces Tommy to Donald Love, the same one from Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto Vice City takes place in the year 1986. This was a much younger Donald that we're looking at. He's still being mentored by Avery Carrington and learning all of his business shtick. In Grand Theft Auto 3, which took place in 2001, we saw a much more experienced and mature Donald. By that point, he had learned everything he needed to in order to navigate in the business world and do politics. That's why in this cutscene, Avery is seen telling Donald to stay quiet and listen if he wants to learn a thing or two. By listening to Avery and writing down what he has to, Donald Love learned everything. Avery tells Tommy to start a gang war because it is one of the best way to make property prices go down. And if that happens, Avery can invest in them or buy them for cheap and profit in the long run.
Now, nothing brings down real estate prices quicker than a good old-fashioned gang war. Except maybe a disaster like a biblical plague or something, but that may be going too far in this case. You getting this down, you four-eyed prick?
Nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war, apart from an outbreak of plague. But that might be going too far in this case.
The Cubans and Haitians were already at conflict. One of the leaders of the Haitian gang has died, and rumor says it was the Cubans who did it. In order to start the gang war, Avery needs to make sure that the Haitians actually think it was the Cubans who did it. When the funeral takes place, Avery wants Tommy to dress as a Cuban and crash the funeral. That way, the Haitians and the Cubans will certainly be at war. The reason you see Donald Love writing this down is because he will do the exact same thing in Grand Theft Auto 3 15 years later. In GTA 3, Donald tells Claude the exact same thing that Avery told Tommy about gang wars. That means he studied and memorized what Avery taught him. Like Tommy, Claude pretends to be the Colombians and kills the Yakuza leader Kenji to start a war between the Yakuza and Colombians. And in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Tommy will go to the store and dress up as a Cuban and kill the Haitians at the funeral. The Haitians try to run him over from behind, but Tommy is a soldier with instincts, so he jumps out of the way. He also destroys the hearse and escapes. After that, the Cubans and Haitians will be at war for the rest of the game. This also marks the end of Avery missions. Avery will stick to Tommy in the story.
Tommy, this is Donald Love. Donald, this here is Tommy Vercetti, the latest gunslinger to come to these parts. Now, Donald, you just shut up and listen, and you might learn something. Now, nothing brings down real estate prices quicker than a good old-fashioned gang war. Except maybe a disaster like a biblical plague or something, but that may be going too far in this case. You getting this down, you four-eyed prick? Now, recently a Haitian gang lord died. Apparently the Cubans did it. Nobody's certain, but let's make them certain. You disguise yourself as a Cuban hombre and head on down and crash that funeral. Mix it up, and then hightail it. You getting this down, Donald? Well, that ought to put the coyote in the chicken coop, huh? And then we'll just sit back and watch the prices tumble.
You got a problem with me?
Respond to attend 17 West, Literacy. First and fourth. This was attend 7 West, Literacy. This was. There is attend 7 West, Literacy. Respond to attend 17 West, Literacy. This was attend 17 West, Literacy. There is attend 7 West, Literacy. First and fourth.
After causing the gang war, Umberto, the leader of the Cubans, will call Leo's phone. That means Leo was also working for the Cubans, which makes sense. Tommy tells him that it is him and not Leo. Umberto thinks that Leo will kill Tommy if he found out that he has Leo's phone, but Tommy tells him that he killed Leo and took the phone in the first place. Hearing that made Umberto realize that Tommy was better than Leo, so he invites Tommy to work for the Cubans.
Hey, Leo, I got some work for you.
This ain't Leo.
Hey, if Leo knows you got his phone, he's gonna kill you.
Maybe Leo's already dead. Maybe I killed Leo and took his phone. Did you ever think of that, prick?
You kill Leo? You must have big cojones. Wanna work for me? Come by my father's cafe in Little Havana, and we'll talk mano y mano.
Tommy meets Umberto Robina at the cafe in Little Havana. He makes fun of Tommy's outfit and calls him a woman. That's basically his way of saying that Tommy has not yet proven himself, so he wants Tommy to drive a boat and finish a time trial. That way Tommy can prove that he is capable and continue to do some actual work for the Cubans. Tommy meets Rico and does the boat challenge and proves his worth.
See, man? Hey, easy, papi. This man's for me. You the boy? Oh, yeah. You the boy. I think so, you know.
No, I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah? You come here, tough guy. You think you'll take me on? You think you'll play stupid with me?
No, I think you're playing plenty stupid enough for both of us.
Hey, he call you dumb, son. And I call him a little girl, papi. Look at him. All dressed up like that. What is this? Ladies' night? You some kind of tough guy? You dress like a woman? You got on panties like a woman too, huh?
What do you got against women? You prefer men, big boy?
I like women. I like all women. I love my mother, Chico.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Relax.
Can you drive, amigo?
Yeah, like a woman.
Very funny. I like you, big boy. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can prove you're a man, huh? Take out the boat. Show me you got some big cojones. And not some little bitty chiquita ones.
Hey, I'm Rico. You the man with the big cojones?
Tommy Vercetti, let's go.
Okay, man. Treat her like a woman. You got big cojones, amigo.
After proving his worth to the Cubans, Tommy receives a phone call from Auntie Poulet, who's the leader of the Haitians. She calls Tommy to tell him that she has made him some stew to make him feel better, and this is an introduction to the Haitian missions.
Tommy, enough dead man been chatting about you, my dear. Thought you might need something to make you feel better, so Auntie Poulet make you some stew, eh? Come and check me kitchen sometime, okay, Tommy?
Tommy goes back to Robina's cafe to order some coffee. This time he needs Tommy to help out fighting with the Haitians. Tommy picks up 3 Cubans and joins the fight. The butcher keeps butchering by using his rifle and headshots every single Haitians. After he's done, the Cubans charge in and gets picked off one by one. A sniper is on the watch. Rico calls in for backup and Tommy kills more goons and takes out the sniper on the roof by outsniping him. Once they're all taken care of, the Cubans march forward into the compound and along with Tommy, they take out the Haitians. Actually, it's Tommy who takes out everyone all by himself. Then he takes the van full of drugs and drives it to the cafe.
No problema, Tom. Papi, un gran problema. Umberto, my son, what happened? The Haitians. I hate these Haitians. They messed with me for the last time. These Haitians. We'll take them out. Only we need some backup. I lost a few hermanos already out there. Amigo, you drive good.
For a woman, right?
This is no time for joking. Come on, drive for me again. Take my boys over there, and then we'll take these Haitians down. When they mess with me, they mess with the biggest boy in town.
We're gonna fight like men. Hey, amigo, good to see you can make it. This stinking nest of Haitians, we're gonna kill them all. Charge! How much of this can you take?
my brother! Charge! Sniper on the roof! They fight like girls! Take cover! We need reinforcements from the cafe! Take out that cowardly sniper! Tommy, we have proved our men for bravery! Let us steal the van full of drugs and make a good escape!
Respond to a 10-7 West, Peter IT. There is a 10-17 West, Peter IT.
In the next mission, Umberto wanted to seize the product coming from offshore for himself, so he sends Tommy to kill the Haitians who paid for the product to have it for the Cubans. He tells Tommy that the Haitians are doing whatever they feel like, but Tommy tells him that they will do whatever Umberto will allow. As Tommy was a made man of the Forellis, Tommy used his capabilities and intimidation tactics to build a name for himself. That way, Tommy learned that anyone will do whatever they like if there is no consequence for it. That's why laws exist in the first place. But from his perspective, the Cubans were terrible at dealing with the Haitians. Tommy dressed up as a Cuban and crashed an entire Haitian funeral. He did more damage to the Haitians while pretending to be a Cuban than the actual Cubans. That's why the Haitians are laughing at Umberto. But Tommy has a price. Umberto agrees to pay Tommy if he does the job for the Cubans. Tommy meets Rico at the boat and goes to the deal. Before doing that, Rico tells Tommy to be careful since his boat is damaged. Tommy meets Rico at the boat and he goes to the deal. Before doing that, Rico tells Tommy to be careful since his boat is damaged. That means the Cubans are very incompetent. That's why the Haitians are laughing at Umberto. Tommy is going to kill a lot of Haitian and steal the product from them. They're obviously not going to let Tommy and the Cuban go so easily. But for some reason, Rico refuses to repair his boat. Tommy and the Cuban comes from behind and Tommy wipes out every single Haitian. His enemies try to dodge his attacks, but they fail. After that, he collects the product, but the Haitians come from behind and uses grenade to explode and kills the Cuban driver, leaving Tommy no choice but to get out of there by killing the rest of the Haitians and escaping the cops. It is important to note that it was Rico who was Tommy talking to at first, but the driver wasn't Rico. That's because Rico is alive, as the game will bring him for another Cuban mission after this.
Alberto! Uno café, senor.
Don't serve the snake in the sauce. You're two-faced, Tommy. You're either two-faced or you're a wimp, baby boy. The Haitians, man, they're laughing at me.
Easy, easy. What's your problem?
They're laughing at me, Tommy, at me, Umberto Rubino. They're doing whatever they like.
Nobody does whatever they like, Umberto. They do what you let them do.
What?
You want somebody taken care of? I can handle it, but it's gonna cost you. I know we're brothers and all, but this is business.
Tommy, you a real man. Businessman, a gentleman. These Haitians, they have a load of product coming in offshore. Really good stuff. We take it, and we finish them. You take it, and I look after you. Like my brother, like my son.
I think I prefer the cash to being bounced on your knee, amigo.
Hey, Rico. Nice boat. You ready? See, Tommy? Now you be a good shot today. My boat, she no good. Full of holes, okay?
Uh-oh, like a Cuban. Run that down.
17, northwest, Suspect on foot. Respond to a 10-17, northwest, Suspect. Respond to a 10-7, northwest, Suspect. Respond to a 10-17, northwest, Suspect. There is a 10-7, northwest, Suspect. Respond to a 10-17, northwest, Suspect. Suspect on foot. Sedan 7 north west Tapis Island. This is Rotterdam 17 north.
Time to meet Auntie Poulet and have that stew. She receives Tommy and offers him tea. You will notice that from the very beginning of the cutscene, Tommy acts very weird, as if he is intoxicated. Before this mission, you will also notice that her symbol on the minimap looks like a human figure. That's because Auntie Poulet is the leader of the Haitian gang and she does voodoo. She gives Tommy mind-altering voodoo potions to get him into doing what she wants. This is the reason why Tommy agrees to do what she tells him. Otherwise, Tommy would have been loyal to the Cubans and Umberto. The potion she gave to Tommy is also full of drugs. We'll see this later as the Haitians have drug operation plants too. Tommy thinks he got the wrong address and tries to get out, but Poulet forces Tommy to sit down and gives him the tea. Tommy gives in because he is under the influence. Otherwise, Tommy would have never agreed to do what she wants him to do. Remember how Avery offered Tommy some whiskey and he declined? But here he is casually drinking drugged up tea. Now you know why. The Cubans told the police where she was stashing her drugs, so she wants Tommy to get them back for her. Tommy, being drugged up, accepts her job. He goes to the stash point and collects it, but the cops ambush him. Even though Tommy is drugged up, he's still a dangerous man. He headshots every single cop trying to kill him and makes an escape to the next stash. After collecting the next one, a sniper tries to snipe Tommy, but he outsnipes the sniper and collects the final stash before delivering it to Auntie Poulet and escaping the cops.
Hello? Hello?
Come in, my dear, and rest your soul. You must be the big bad man my granddaddy been chatting about. Tell me things about you, you know, when he visits, and about the others who wait for you. Now, we all dead from long time, but you, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
I got a message to come here.
Can you hear them? Them calling your name, boy, must want you pretty bad, don't you think? Now you do old Auntie Poulet a turn, and maybe she help you. Maybe she can give you a little juju after all of this. Give you some magic to give the lawman the stink eye.
Look, this is all very, give me what? Yeah, I think I got the wrong address.
Give me these things, Tommy. The Cubans, nasty proud foo-foos. Been making my lovely Haitian boys shake their heads. Now they told the policeman where me been stashing my powders. They think it drugs. Them stupid. Now be a good boy, Tommy, and go and get the powders for Auntie Poulet.
Yeah, sure.
Don't move a muscle, chump!
Respond to Rotterdam 17 west, Peter IT. Rotterdam 7 west, Peter IT. Rotterdam 17 west, Peter IT. Rotterdam 7 west, Peter IT. Respond to Rotterdam 19 west, Peter IT. Respond to Rotterdam 17 Central, Peter IT.
Tommy goes to Auntie Poulet and thinks it is the wrong address once again, but the mind-altering voodoo potions and drugs are taking their effect on him. He gives the stash to her and she gives him another job. She also gives him more tea in order to keep making him work for her. Tommy even starts to feel like it is a place from his childhood and get deja vu. Deja vu means a feeling that you have already experienced the present before. He is feeling this way because of the tea. He also thinks Auntie Poulet is someone he used to know, but that cannot be possible as Auntie Poulet was Haitian whereas Tommy is Italian-American. The Cubans use fast boats to travel across the sea with drugs. Poulet wants Tommy to destroy these vehicles and weaken the Cubans. Poulet will source Tommy with flying bombs in order to take them out easily. Tommy goes to the top fun van and flies the RC planes. This time he's carrying bombs and will drop them on Cubans. Tommy drops a bomb precisely to take out 2 boats with only 1 bomb. After that, he takes out the car carrying drugs too. Lastly, he destroys the final boat and the stragglers, and this weakens the Cubans heavily.
Oh, sorry, I must have the wrong address.
Well, you might as well come in and rest your souls and have some tea. Do you have something there for me, Tommy?
Yeah. This place feels familiar to me. It's a smell from childhood, a deja vu.
Now, Tommy, I'm going to whisper a little errand for you. Hear me well, aye?
You look like someone I...
The Cubans have fast boats they use to cross the seas with drugs. It is their livelihood. Me nephew been making little flying bombs to take them out. Blow the boats to Kaufman wood.
Thanks for the tea.
Tommy goes to Auntie Poulet one last time and he does not recognize her. That means Tommy has no idea that he has been working against the Cubans all along. That's how effective her methods are. The Cubans and Haitians are fighting in the streets, but Poulet wants the Haitians to win. She instructs Tommy to snipe the Cubans and make the Haitians win. She also gives Tommy a sniper rifle to do so, and because Tommy will be doing it from far away, no one will see him. This is very important and I will explain this shortly why. This will be the last job Tommy has to do for Aunt Poulet. Tommy goes to a nearby building and takes adrenaline pills to give him an upper edge. Using that, he takes out every single Cubans and makes the Haitians win the war. As usual, Tommy kills them all by taking their heads out. Auntie Poulet will call Tommy one last time if he gets near Little Havana, which is the Haitians' turf. She will tell Tommy to not come back here as Tommy has done his job.
Hello? Hello? I'm looking for somebody around here.
You're looking hungry, Tommy.
Do I know you?
Hush now. One more thing and I can let you go, Tommy. My boys gone war with them Cuban boys, but no guns. But the Cubans have a surprise coming. While they fight in the streets, you take this rifle and kill them in the hubbub. No one sees you, no one hear you. Now, Tommy, you do this for me, and you no longer tied to my apron strings.
Okay, Auntie.
Tommy, why you coming back here, fee? Me tell you, we don't want to see you around here no more.
Now that the Haitian missions are over, it's time to meet Umberto and continue working for the Cubans. So why does Umberto Robina still trust Tommy? That's because when Tommy worked for the Haitians, Auntie Poulet made sure that he was never seen by the Cubans. That's why Umberto does not know that Tommy has gone behind his back to do this. Also, because Umberto does not know that, he never accuses Tommy of being a backstabber, which means ultimately Tommy never realizes that he actually ended up working for the Haitians as well. He not only started the gang war in the first place because Avery wanted him to, he also took part in both sides fighting with one another. But due to the drugs and voodoo, he never realized that he worked for the Haitians. His loyalty wouldn't have allowed him to work for them. When he stole stashes for Poulet, no Cuban saw him doing it. When he blew up the boats and cars, he did it from an RC plane, and once again, no one knew it was him. Finally, when he took out the Cubans in an all-out war with the Haitians, he did it from far away with a rifle, and no Cuban was alive in the first place to ever report it back to Umberto. Umberto realizes that the Haitians are getting too strong, and the only way to have a winning chance is to blow blow up their drug operation site that will hurt them immensely. He tells Tommy to take the Cubans in a Haitian lowrider and enter the factory, then use their solvent as explosive at the processing plant and destroy the site. Using the Haitian lowrider will trick them into letting Tommy and the Cubans to enter the facility thinking it's their own men. Once Tommy and the Cubans enter the processing plant, they take out the Haitians by shooting them in the head. Then Tommy runs around and plants the explosives. Once they're planted, Tommy tries to escape the plant, but Haitians block the entrance. But Tommy escapes by taking the stairs beside the plant and destroying the entire site. This actually damages the Haitians immensely. Shortly after that, Umberto calls Tommy to let him know that now he's part of the family, because it helped the Cubans to stand against the Haitians after all the damages Tommy caused and ending the gang war saga.
Hey ladies, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill me a Haitian. And then I'm going to make love like a man. You know that, chica? Something like this.
Gross. Who's that? Prick.
Hey, baby! I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Umberto Robina, he likes the ladies, not some goat in a skirt. Tommy, I love you. I love you. Let's go.
Go where? Can I get a cup of coffee first?
No time for coffee. Besides, I just had one. We're gonna take out the Haitians. Tommy, how do you take out a snake? You bite him in the ass.
Whatever you say, Umberto.
Tommy, you go and get us a little Haitian card. When you get it, come back and pick up my boy, Pepe. And take them out to the Haitians. Then, you go around to the Haitians' processing plant. And you use their solvent as an explosive. Boom! Bye-bye!
Umberto, what about you?
I'm going to stay behind and watch over the cafe with Papa. He's not feeling so good, you know?
The last thing I needed was this. Maybe the last thing I needed was an enema, but this comes close.
Oye, let's go find our muchachos. Whoa, man, you drive like a crazy bitch.
Hola, amigos.
No problem.
Oye, the solvent is around the back, amigo. Bueno, Haitian putas, muerte. Vamos.
Vamos indeed.
Follow my compadres. You lost, man?
I'm going to plant the bomb. Cover me.
Run!
Umberto Robina.
Hey, how's the cafe?
Oh, wonderful. Incredible, Tommy. Incredible. No wimp, Tommy. Just real men. And the beautiful women. Anyway, I wanted to tell you, me and Papi, to us, you're Cuban. You have proved yourself, man. You got big cojones.
Well, thank you, Umberto. Nobody said that to me since I left jail. See you around.
After dealing with gang wars and working for Avery, it was finally time to start taking over Vice City. Tommy returns back to his mansion and starts to talk with Ken, Lance, and Avery about taking turfs and controlling. Avery suggests investing in real estate and buying some prime property. Lance suggests to start seizing territory. Tommy decides to do what he did back in Liberty City, which made people fear him. He takes 5 minutes and goes to the shopping mall. Then he destroys malls and shoots up the place, letting Vice City know that he's the next player in town. He killed Diaz, and now Vice City needs to start fearing him. He yells his name so that people don't forget him. Cops try to stop him, but you know what the Butcher does best. This also unlocks the ability to buy properties across Vice City, as Avery suggested Tommy to do that if he wants to take over. Avery even calls Tommy right after this mission to keep his eyes open and buy assets.
Oh, we gotta redecorate this place. We gotta make it look older. I can't stand this look. Tommy, what do you say? What do you say we put a bar in?
You're my lawyer, Rosenberg, not my interior decorator. Got it? Listen to me. The time to take over this town is now. It's all out there waiting for us.
We need to start seizing territory and let Vice City know we're the new players in town. You know what I'm saying?
What you need is a legitimate front, Tommy. Real estate. It's never done me no harm.
We need to start using some muscle, or we can kiss all that hard work goodbye. Local business know Diaz is dead, and they're refusing to pay protection.
Oh, we could try bribery.
Bribery? Screw bribery. I'll show you how to make them scared. I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
My livelihood destroyed. Vercetti, remember the name. My beautiful window display.
Howdy, son. Just thought I'd ring you up and give you some advice.
Hey, Avery, what's eating you?
There's a lot of opportunity in this town if you own the right real estate. You catch my drift?
I reckon so.
All I'm saying is keep your eyes open, and you might find the perfect business opportunity. I'll catch you later.
Later, Avery.
Bar brawl is one of the most significant missions of Vice City. Tommy meets Lance at the mansion bar. He's sitting with other men and drinking casually without a care in the world. Tommy asks about the problem. Turns out some bar is refusing to pay for protection money, but Lance is not doing anything about it. He's being useless. Tommy realizes him being lazy and shouts at him. However, Lance is a narcissist. He wants people to treat him like a king without ever actually earning it. Thus far, he has done nothing good for Tommy. He almost died and it was Tommy who saved him. And now, Tommy has to take the men and get the bar to pay for protection. Tommy drives his car and kills the guards who are standing at the bar's entrance. The manager tells Tommy about the DBP security and Tommy goes to their location and kills everyone. The last two try to escape, but Tommy chases them and guns them down, which means that bar will pay for protection to Tommy's gang and not the DBP guys.
What's the problem?
Some bars refusing to pay. They reckon they're protected by a local gang of thugs. But don't worry, Tommy. I can handle it.
You call this handling it? You two, off your asses. Let's go.
Your protection needs a little more protection.
Ah, hell, not again. I don't need this crap. These idiots operate out of DBP security around the block.
Throw those milk
You guys
bags
just
my
sort it
way.
out amongst yourselves.
I'll be seeing you later.
Yeah, whatever. You won't...
Suspect on foot. Division N17, Central Washington Beach. South Washington Beach. Protagonist 17, North Ocean Beach.
After finishing bar brawl, Lance will call Tommy and complain about him not being fair when he has been the only man who was most fair with Lance. Even Lance's own brother wasn't as fair as Tommy was, but Lance is a narcissist, so it hurts his ego and pride that Tommy shouted in front of the boys. Even though Lance made a mistake by being lazy, he starts to see Tommy as a problem. In Lance's head, he already started to see Tommy as a problem who needs to go. The one thing with narcissists is that no matter what, you can never change their mind. The high ego does not allow for any growth. That's why he's blind to the obvious mistake he made. Lance tells Tommy that he isn't Tommy's errand boy, and you can tell by the tone that he was hurt in his ego and acting like a child now. Tommy, on the other hand, tells him to calm down as he will never stab Lance in the back. He is being truthful. Tommy is also the type of guy who likes to linger to his loyalty. Even though he highly suspected of Sonny to betray him and set him up, he never got himself to confront Sonny about it. Like that, a part of him really wants to believe that Lance will be loyal and won't betray him, which means Tommy is so loyal that he actually makes the same mistake twice. He tells Lance to take some time off to cool off, but Lance instead takes his time to grow anger and animosity towards Tommy. Despite of Tommy being so fair, Lance cannot accept it due to his narcissistic tendencies.
Tommy, we gotta talk about stuff.
What's the problem, Lance?
It's you, my friend. I feel you're not giving me a fair slice. And more than that, you've been embarrassing me in front of the boys. I can't have that.
Lance, it ain't like that. You've been making mistakes.
Tommy, I'm not your message boy. I'm not your running boy.
Lance, don't screw up and we won't have any problems. I screw up, you can lay into me anytime.
Tommy, I done everything for you. You treat me like a fool. Don't do that.
Lance, I won't rip you off or stab you in the back, okay? Just take it easy. This is tough enough without you getting all emotional on me. Trust me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
I hear you, Tommy. but I can't take this much more.
Lance, don't be like this. Now I'm warning you. Do you hear me? Just relax. Take a few days off. Okay? I'll talk to you.
If bar brawl wasn't enough to see why Lance was useless, Copland is the mission where the players will learn it. Mike, a thug working for the Vercetti gang, fails to torch a place in the mall. Unfortunately, the explosion never went off due to poor wiring, which means the cops are going to be on the place very soon. Lance wants to run away since that's what he's good at, but Tommy Vercetti does not cut and run. Instead of doing the wimpy move like Lance, Tommy wanted to really take over Vice City. He poses an idea to dress up as cops and enter the place and wire it up. That way, the cops will let them enter and they can get away with the evidence being destroyed. But first, they have to get the cops. Tommy and Lance builds up heat and gets the cops' attention. Then, they beat the cops and gags them in a garage and takes their uniforms for themselves. After that, they both enter the place posing as cops and Tommy plants the explosives. Once they're planted, all Tommy and Lance needs to do is escape the place. The problem is, Lance. He gets stuck everywhere in this mission. As a matter of fact, the only way for Tommy to escape with Lance is to first handhold Lance like a baby and get him out of the mall properly. But after that, Tommy has to make sure that Lance actually enters the getaway car properly and then they can escape. Unfortunately, this happens because Lance is stupid and incapable of following basic and rudimentary instructions. If Tommy runs from the cops and leaves Lance behind, instead of using common sense and trying to catch up to Tommy, Lance waits for Tommy to come back to him and then run again. Lance was no longer useful. He started to become a nuisance both in gameplay and story. That's why this mission is designed like this by Rockstar for environmental storytelling. After escaping from the cops and reaching the mansion, Tommy finally sets up the Vercetti estate as his first asset making passive income.
You moron! What were you thinking? Do you realize what this means? We could all be
The timer must have got screwed. That place was wired to go up like a firework factory. Then somebody tipped off the cops, but everything
What's the
fell
problem,
apart.
fellas?
Mike was supposed to torch some place in the mall, but he screwed the fuses, and now the cops are crawling all over it. We gotta get our stuff and get out of here.
Relax, both of you. Let me think for a second. Tommy Vercetti just doesn't cut and run. The cops are going to be going over that building with a fine-tooth comb, right? But that takes time. We gotta go in and torch that place ourselves.
Yeah, but no one but a cop could get within a mile of that place.
So we go as cops. We gotta get uniforms and we're gonna need a squad car. All thanks to you, Mike.
I'm sorry.
I got it. All we gotta do is lure the cops in with the finger, put them in a lockup, and jump them.
Good plan. Let's go.
All right.
Now that got them really irritated.
Tie him up and gag him.
Ooh, fits perfectly.
Bit tight around the crotch, though.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
Now that's your woman.
Easy, brother, no cop drives this bad.
Remember, smile at the other cops.
Hey there, officer. Nice badge.
Real smooth, Lance. Okay, timers are set. 5 seconds and ticking.
After setting up the Vercetti estate, Lance calls Tommy to whine again. Nothing even happened between them after the bar brawl and yet he has to complain. That's because Tommy shouting at Lance in front of the boys really made him feel insecure. He wants Tommy to give him a fairer slice and Tommy will actually do it in just a bit. He complains how people patronized him and treats him like a child, but he's behaving exactly like a child right now. Yet, he does not recognize that because of his narcissism. It is now affecting his common sense. He also said that his brother would be like this to him. which means Victor Vance would call out the mistake he would make and he never liked it. But he never went against his brother because they were family. Tommy, on the other hand, is not his family. These are the signs of Lance potentially betraying Tommy in the future. Tommy, on the other hand, cannot see that because a part of him really wants to believe that Lance won't stab him in the back, just like how a small part of him wants to believe that Sonny really didn't ambush Tommy with 11 men back in Harwood.
Tommy, it's me, Lance. Keep your mouth shut there, Tommy, because I ain't got no time to talk. I ain't interested in what you gotta say. Why should I be? You don't care about me, do you? You gotta look after me a bit better. Give me a spare slice, you know? Hey, Tommy, man, look, hey, I'm sorry. It's just that people patronize me all my life, treat me like a little kid. My brother would do that. Please, man, don't do that. I gotta go.
Vercetti Estate was bringing in a lot of money, but it was only one asset. If Tommy wants to take over Vice City, he needs to invest and acquire 10 assets which will generate him money. Tommy buys the pole position club and spends $300 to the dancers, allowing the club to generate revenue in the long run. Next up is the Printworks. Tommy buys it for $70,000. This is a legitimate business to have because Tommy used to work at the Printworks back when he was younger. It only made sense to have one of these now that he can afford it. Tommy meets Ernest Kelly, an old man working at the prints. This guy reminds Tommy of his father since he faced a parallel situation when he was a child. He was thinking of printing magazines, but Ernest recommends him to print counterfeit money since it is easy to do and lucrative. He tells Tommy about a rumor surrounding a counterfeiting syndicate where he might be able to get some plates needed to establish the Printworks. This reminds Tommy about Ken Paul since he always keeps up with the criminal underground of Vice City. He heads over to the Malibu club.
Mr. Vercetti? Hey, you bought the old Printworks?
Yeah, my old man used to work on these. I used to spend the evenings with him cleaning the rollers. I was gonna follow him in his trade, but I lived a different life.
You planning on selling the old machinery? Breaking it down?
I'm thinking we might print something. A newspaper, a magazine.
Oh, crap, Sonny. Low-grade crap. I've always fancied printing money. It ain't too hard. You know, I've been doing it on a small scale for years.
Really?
Sure. But we need some good quality plates. Of course. There's a counterfeiting syndicate already operating in Florida.
A syndicate?
Yeah, well, just rumors is all I've heard.
I know a man who's good with rumors.
Tommy intimidates Ken Paul into giving him information. He gives Tommy the information on plates. The Triads are the ones supplying these plates and the shipping company at the docks moved them. A shipping officer in charge of that should have the schedule on when they will be moved. Tommy goes to the docks and kills every security on his path and intimidates the officer into giving up the schedule of the plates, and he brings them back to the Printworks.
Look at the arse on that. All right, girls, you're lost, mate, innit? All right, me old China. How's it hanging?
What do you know about counterfeiting?
Oh, I'm fine, Paul. How about you?
Come here.
Oh, all right. You're obviously a busy man. All I know about dodgy reddies is to try and supply the plates. Fuck. You know, they've got a shipping company down the docks. The boss man would know when the plates are coming in next.
Thanks.
Oh. What's the matter with you, you maniac? Give me another drink, lively. We're the security.
Who are you? Oh, all right, no defense, no defense. Oh, I talk.
Since Lance was crying for a fair slice, Tommy decided to cut him in the Printworks business. According to the schedule, the plates are moving today, so Tommy will intercept that and get the plates. Then he will lose heat and bring it back to the warehouse. All Lance has to do is to make sure that the heat is taken care of after he brings the plates. Tommy is taking every risk and gives the easiest role to Lance. He is doing this to be fair to Lance since he complained that Tommy wasn't being fair to him. Tommy spent $70,000 of his own money to buy this asset. He will buy all of his assets by his own money and he still decides to make sure that Lance is having a cut. Meanwhile, Lance does nothing but complain.
Alright, the courier's moving the plate from the docks today. I'm gonna go intercept them, grab the plates, lose any heat, and make my way back here. Now, depending how well this goes, we may have 5 minutes to print the money before the counterfeit syndicate finds us, or we may have all year. Either way, I want green rolling off the presses 5 minutes after I get back. Got it?
Don't you worry, Tommy. We'll be ready.
Me and the boys will be around in the neighborhood in case you need any heat taken care of.
Alright, everybody cool? Alright, I'll catch you later.
Tommy goes to the docks and kills everyone involved with the syndicate. The chopper lands and Tommy kills them and takes the plates. Then he brings the plates back to the Printworks and sets up the business. This makes Tommy have 2 assets.
I got those clothes you want.
Now that Tommy was beginning to take over Vice City, word got to Sonny. He calls Tommy to ask about the money, but Tommy changed his mind. He's now going to take over Vice City for himself. What Sonny took away from him, he's not going to think about it anymore. Sonny took 15 years away from Tommy, and Tommy has finally changed his mind. He's now hungry for power and will kill whoever stands in front of him. Sonny gets very angry at Tommy because he dislikes the fact that Tommy is living life for himself. Keep in mind, Sonny can actually just let it go and stick to the Forelli's business back in Liberty City, but he cannot let it go. He even screams for Tommy's business even though Tommy made it from the ground up, but Tommy does not budge because he simply does not care about Sonny. Not anymore.
Tommy.
Sonny.
Obviously you are suffering from hearing problems, so I'll try again. Where's the goddamn money? Where's the goddamn stuff? And where's my cut? Are you new action? You are making an idiot out of me, Tommy, and I'm not laughing yet.
Continuing to expand his empire, Tommy buys the Kaufman cabs and becomes the newest manager of the cab car company. If there are trouble coming from the rivals or competitors, Tommy can always intimidate them so that they stay in their own lane. The first job that Tommy completes is about delivering a VIP. He goes to the Starfish Island in order to pick up the VIP, but another taxi comes in to pick him up for a higher fare. Tommy rams into the taxi and shoots the cab, which scares the customer into getting inside his cab. Then he drops off the customer at the airport.
Guess you're the new owner. What are you, mob, cartel? You don't look Mexican. Anywho, I guess you better get on with the things are gonna change around here crap. Maybe threaten one of the drivers. Go steady on Ted over there. He's just had his hernia fixed.
Well, yeah, things are gonna change around here, lady.
Oh, crap, Sonny. Might as well leave this to me. I've been doing this for years.
Now here's this. We are now under new management and things are gonna change around here again. Our new management,
Which gang are you?
Well, I'm not part of any gang, actually.
What's your goddamn name, kid?
Vercetti. Tommy Vercetti.
Our new management, the Vercetti gang, is gonna make sure we get no trouble. Capiche? Out.
Did you like the capiche? I like the capiche. So this is how it's worked in the past. We run the firm as usual. If we get any trouble from rival firms, you beat the crap out of them. Then they beat the crap out of us. Then you beat the crap out of them, etc., etc. You got it?
Yeah, I guess.
Just grab a taxi from the garage if you feel like jumping in.
Okay, we got a high-class fare needs picking up from Starfish Island. Any takers?
Tommy here, I'll take it. This is my fare. Back off, asshole. Come on, get it, quick. Okay, just please, don't hurt me.
In the next one, VC Cap starts to put out more caps than Kaufman Cap and starts to win. So Tommy decides to straight up destroy the competitors' taxis in order to have more supply and face the demand. He also does them very efficiently. He uses an assault rifle to take out the first taxi. Then he kills the driver of the second VC Cab and uses a grenade to blow it up. And he destroys the last one in the same manner. This allows VC cabs to have lesser taxis and Kaufman cabs will have more and make more money. In the last setup, Mercedes calls and wants Tommy to pick her up. Tommy goes to the location and turns out it was a fake call. VC Cab was the biggest taxi cab of Vice City. The owner did his research on Tommy and the Vercetti gang. That's how he found out the affiliations Tommy had with Mercedes. And by doing that, they lured Tommy into an empty area and sent 6 taxis to kill Tommy. But they severely underestimated Tommy's abilities. Tommy kills and blows up every single taxi that was here to ambush him. However, just when it was over, VC Cab's owner himself shows up in his Zebra cab, which is faster and stronger than other taxis. But he's no match for Tommy. He even comes prepared wielding a katana, wanting to finish Tommy off in a brutal way. Tommy, on the other hand, picks him off with a sniper and sets up the Kaufman cabs.
Car 13, we got a Miss Cortez asked for you especially.
Okay, I got it. Car 13, out.
No sign of Mercedes.
It's time for Kaufman's cab's guardian angel to eat some fender.
So now let's answer the question. Why did Tommy not see it was a trap? Not to mention, this was a quiet and secluded area. Why would Mercedes be here of all places? That's because Tommy had a great relationship with Mercedes. So much so that he never questioned why would Mercedes be in a secluded area like this. Also, we all know the trust Tommy puts in other people. That's why VC Cabs used Mercedes to lure Tommy into a secluded area so that they can kill him. Another reason behind this is Tommy working with Mercedes. Tommy works with Mercedes when he buys the film studio and helps Love Fist. If you play those missions before this, that means it will be another reason for VC Cabs to use Mercedes, as by researching, the owner would know that Mercedes plays a role in Tommy's empire. Since the player can buy Kaufman Cabs and play this mission before those, this could be considered both canon or not. That's why the main reason VC Cabs probably knew about Mercedes and Tommy is through Tommy working for Cortez and knowing that Mercedes and Tommy knew one another. After all, they did their research but underestimated just how lethal Tommy can be. An ice cream company is driving around distributing drugs all over Vice City. So, Tommy buys the cherry popper. There, he meets Maud Hansen. She hates kids and tells Tommy that the cherry popper ice cream does not really sell ice cream and instead distributes drugs. The Vice City Bureau of Investigation have been investigating her and her business and describes her as sociopath. She had run a children's home but has since come to hate children, persistently asking Tommy whether he was once a child or not. She runs the factory as a front for distributing drugs, as I said. After that, Tommy drives around while distributing 50 drugs and setting up the ice cream factory.
Who are you?
Your new owner.
Were you now or at any time a child?
What are you talking about?
Were you
that child!
Yes, calm down.
I
What's wrong
knew
with you?
it. A child. A dirty, stinking, sniveling, snotty, vile, puking, crying little baby. A baby! An awful, horrible, disgusting little boo-hoo. Mommy doesn't love you. You little shit.
Ow, calm down.
I hate babies, and I hate children. They're dirty, sniveling, snotting, vile, puking
Enough
little...
already! What is wrong with you? You make soft ice cream, okay? It's purely for kids. What kind of psycho are you? Just so I understand this, why make children happy if you hate them?
Oh, you stupid, sniveling, snot.
Shut up!
Rat! The ice cream is a front. We distribute other non-dairy products. And if I see a kid, I put him to good use. Don't I, kiddies? Yes, I do. Mommy doesn't love you. She hates you.
What a nice lady. Still, I hear there's good money in ice cream.
Tommy has made a lot of money, so it was time to splash $120,000 and buy the Malibu club. After buying it, Tommy finds out that Ken Rosenberg is consuming drugs. This is the beginning of his downfall. Drugs are playing with Ken's ability to process basic ideas. He installs a minibar on top, and Tommy tells him that there is already a bar below. Tommy plans on robbing the bank. He asks for a man who can pick locks of the vault, and Ken gives Tommy the whereabouts of such a man. Only problem, he's in jail. So Tommy decides that it's time to get him paroled. He goes to the prison, kills every cop, and releases Cam Jones out of prison.
Cam Jones?
Yeah, that's me.
I'm busting you out.
Whatever you say.
I'm gonna be doing a job, and you're my safecracker.
Beats losing my ass in his cell.
We need a stick-up man, you know one?
Hey, Tommy, this stuff keeps you sharp, man. Woo! I could be your stick-up man. Stick 'em up, stick 'em up!
You ain't a stick-up man, you're an idiot. Now get yourself a drink and shut up.
Now Tommy needs someone who can handle guns beside him. Phil Cassidy's the perfect man for this. So Cam sends Tommy to go downtown Ammunition and talk to Phil. Cam mentions how Phil might be lying about being in the army, and it is true. Phil applied in the army, but he was unfit to be accepted. He got addicted to boomshine and developed a lie where he was in the army and fought in Viet Cong. Though that's the case, he does actually know how to handle and use guns. So Tommy needs to talk to him. When he meets Tommy, he wants Tommy to show it is worth working for him by beating an aim challenge. Tommy beats the challenge and Phil accepts to be the gunman for the job.
You Phil Cassidy?
Why?
I'm looking for a man who can handle a gun. On this setup, I'm not too convinced.
Son, I can shoot a fly off your head at 80 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I learned it in the army.
Fly shooting real popular in the army? Glad I don't pay tax.
You trying to be funny, kid? Let's shoot!
So, you want to do me a favor and help me put together a job?
Son, after shooting like that, if you asked me to be your wife, I'd say yes.
The safecracker and shooter is taken care of. All the heist needs now is a getaway driver. Phil tells Tommy that he needs Hillary as no one drives better than him. But the problem is Hillary has abandonment issues since his mother used to beat him when he was a child. He will only work for the crew if Tommy can beat him in a race. That's why Tommy calls him a freak in his monologue before meeting Hillary. Then they race each other and Tommy wins, which makes Hillary part of the crew as well.
Things are starting to come together nicely here.
What's the plan, Tommy? Que pasa, amigo?
The plan is you keep doing that like a moron. Anyhow, we need a driver.
Tommy, I'll do it. I can drive.
You want Hillary, mister. Not some smart-talking law school chum. Hillary's a real deal. You ain't never seen anyone drive so fast. I'll give him a call here. Hey, Hill. It's Phil. How's it going? No, don't talk. We'll reminisce later. You want to do me a favor? I got me a guy from up north. No, I don't think he was in the service. but he wants a driver for a bit of action. Okay, I understand.
What'd he say?
Well, he'll do it, no problem. Well, there might be a little problem. See, he has abandonment issues. Seems he won't work for anyone who can't beat him. Something to do with his mama. Anyway, he wants to race you first. Said he'd meet you outside.
Abandonment issues. Who is this freak? Why can't I meet someone normal for a change?
You Tommy? Oh, of course you're Tommy. I mean, why else would anyone want to speak to me? Okay, consider it this way. I'll drive for you if, and only if, you can drive properly. Leave me alone, and I'll never forgive you. Okay, I'll drive for you, but please treat me bad.
So everything is coming together. Now it's time for the bank job. Tommy and Phil will intimidate people into following orders and take out the security. Meanwhile, Cam is the man who cracks the lock, and Hillary will be the getaway man arriving at the heist when the crew is done taking money. Ken will be the one who will wash the money and launder it. Simple plan, but there are risks to this job. After arriving at the bank, the crew collects their gear and Hillary drives away. Then the crew changes outfit to hide their identity and carry out the bank job.
Okay, guys. Nice and easy, just as we planned.
But I go serious business, man.
They get inside the bank and take control over the situation. Tommy kills off the security guards upstairs. That clears the way to the elevators, which takes the crew to the safe. Unfortunately, the lock is a flangy 9000, which takes long to crack, leaving Tommy with no choice but to get the manager. Tommy goes downstairs and gets the manager to open the vault for him. Cam bypasses the time lock and uses the manager to crack the safe.
Bill, things still sweet?
Sure. Everything's real quiet.
You're coming with me.
Okay, just don't shoot. It's on a time lock. You might as well give up now.
Hell, I can bypass the time lock. Then we just need your key code and we're good.
Stay here. You try anything and you're dead. I'm gonna check on Phil. I'll be right back.
Meanwhile, Tommy goes downstairs and one of the hostages end up touching the alarm. Phil takes out the hero and they both wait for the SWAT to show up and defend themselves. Tommy kills the SWAT coming in and the crew takes the money with them while escaping. Hillary shows up with the car, but he gets out and starts to shoot the cops. They swarm him and ultimately he ends up dying, which means Tommy has to drive and the crew has to escape without Hillary.
Hey guys, get in! I got you covered!
And this is how the crew pulls off the heist and Tommy makes $50,000 out of it. Mercedes meets Tommy and gives him a massage. Tommy also ended up giving Ken Paul a cut of the money too. This sets up the Malibu Club, which will continue to generate money for Tommy.
We made it! We're rich! Rich!
Tommy, would you like a massage?
Well, hi there, Mercedes. Yeah, I'm a little tense.
What I tell you, Tommy? What I tell you? Ben Swat better watch out when Ken Paul is in town. Come on, give me a bigger slice, mate. Come on, I've got to get some new friends.
Since Tommy pulled off the heist with Phil, he will call Tommy for more jobs at his place. This will unlock the Phil's Place missions and completing them will grant Tommy another asset.
Tommy, I really enjoyed working with you. Ain't had so much fun since the Reg and Nom, pal. Anyhow, if you need anything, you call on me, you hear? I always remember those I served with, and I'm sure I can help you out. You hear?
Tommy shows up at his place, but it gets blown up. This is the first introduction to Phil Cassidy's boomshine. That's why Phil cannot think straight and is always on the path of explosion. Literally. Phil knows a Mexican gun runner who does his weekly run carrying some weapons. So Tommy needs to ram his vehicle and get the hardware for himself. He pushes the truck into the gun runner's vehicles and collects the hardware. Then he also kills the runner too, as he was causing problems for Phil. This way Tommy can get the gun and Phil can get the gun runner off his back. On the way, more thugs show up to stop the butcher, but he remains calm.
Rotterdam 7 Central. Central downtown. Confirm to attend 17 Central downtown.
These ain't friendly. Hey!
Protagonist 7 North East Peter IT. Protagonist 19 North East Peter IT. 7 North East Peter IT.
Phil calls Tommy to have a drink of boomshine, but when Tommy goes there, intoxicated Phil wants to show Tommy some fireworks. He didn't have the battery installed and they were on the bench. Due to his intoxication though, he did not realize the explosives were right next to him. So he installs the batteries in the remote and ends up blowing up the bomb while standing right next to it. This also completely blows up his arm.
God, should I be able to smell that from way over here?
Don't you worry about the
Phil,
smell,
oh.
Tommy. You just watch this. Shitty, cheap batteries or something. There's some more on the bench. Ta-da! Oh, damn!
Tommy is also intoxicated because of the boomshine, but he has to take Phil to a sergeant before he bleeds out and dies. He takes Phil to a hospital, but Phil wants Tommy to take him to a sergeant since that sergeant owed Phil. After delivering Phil, Tommy unlocks Phil's place, which will allow him to use various guns not sold anywhere else. This is also another asset that Tommy owns now. Phil will thank Tommy for saving him after the incident.
Running. Woo, woo, woo.
Tommy, it's Phil. I want to thank you for helping me out back there, son. Damn Charlie, he'll always ambush you somewhere or the other. Anyway, the wound is healing well, and it means I'll no longer be defrauding the government on my disability check.
You cannot take over Vice City without having your very own boatyard, so it is time we get one for Tommy. After buying the boatyard, Tommy meets Dwayne and Jethro. They introduce Tommy to the boatyard and work with the engines. Meanwhile, Ken will call Tommy shortly since Sonny is threatening to murder him and his family. Tommy is starting to see the writing on the wall. As he is buying a lot of assets and taking over, Sonny is getting out of patience. He cannot stand the fact that his money is gone and Tommy is building his empire. But Tommy tells Ken to stay calm because Tommy will not bow down to Sonny anymore. Tommy finishes Checkpoint Charlie and sets up the boatyard while having the fastest boat in his possession now.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Put it out. There's a dude here. Hey, suit dude, I guess you're the new owner.
Yeah. Which one of the boats is the fastest?
It's already in the water, dude. I thought you might want to try her out. Dude, she's already running with a 300 horsepower engine.
And the fiberglass hull, she just shoots through the waves.
She can do like 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat, dude.
And she can hold like 20 barrels of the best Jamaican smoke right in the hull.
So go ahead, dude. She's ready to fly.
Yo, suit dude. You got a light? Dude.
Tommy, I had Sonny on the phone, okay? Are you with me? I don't know about you, but there's something about a man threatening to murder my family which really scares the crap out of me. What are you gonna do?
Ken, take it easy.
I am calm. Calm as a man can be when he's fearing for his life.
Stay off the idiot fuel and look after yourself. No one's gonna take us out. I'll see you later.
I am calm. Don't I sound calm? Must be impending death that is doing this to my voice.
At this point, Tommy owned more than 7 assets, so Ken calls Tommy while sniffing drugs and tells him that there is a problem at the Printworks. He fails to give Tommy any more detail because he is being affected by drugs.
Hey, Hello, Tommy, we got a situation over at Printworks. You better go and check it out. I don't know, some kind of mess or other. Things are messed up. I gotta go.
After going to the Printworks, Tommy finds Ernest Kelly to be beaten and on the ground. This fumes Tommy since he had respect for his elders and treated Ernest like his father. At first, Tommy says what's the emergency, but after the workers pick up Ernest from the ground, he says who. That shows you how angry Tommy got when he learned the fact that someone beat an old man. Ernest tells Tommy that some mob thugs came by to take their cut by the name of Forelli. Once Tommy learns what went down, he tells the workers to take care of Ernest and get him to the hospital. This is once again a detail that tells the players just how much respect Tommy had for elders. That's also why Tommy respected and cooperated with Cortez so much.
Oh. Okay, what's the emergency?
Oh, Tommy. Some mob thugs said they'd come to take their cut. Said it was a Mr. Forello's money. Oh, I feel like crap.
Forelli? Sonny Forelli?
Yeah, that's the guy. I think. They were very insistent.
I'm not angry with you. Get him to the hospital.
Tommy, rip that guy a new asshole for me.
I'm gonna rip him too!
So, as it turns out, Sonny realized that he has led Tommy to be out for far too long. After building that much wealth, Sonny got too greedy and wanted Tommy's money. So he sent goons to go after Tommy's businesses and tax him. But Tommy Vercetti is someone you don't mess with. He kills every single thug that Sonny sent. The thugs look at Tommy and calls him the Harwood Butcher, which means the Forellis are scared of him. Tommy screams that Vice City belongs to him and not Sonny while mowing down the collectors.
You tell Sonny, stay away!
It's the Harwood Butcher.
My city is mine now, not his! That's all you got?
A second set of collectors try to take him out from the Malibu club, but Tommy kills them all and whacks the last set of collectors before they even get close to his businesses. Tommy built up everything after spending 15 years in prison. He didn't do it just so that Sonny can come and take it away. He already wasted 15 years of his life for someone who threw him under the bus. Just because Sonny came after Tommy does not mean he will stop his empire. Tommy decides to buy the Sunshine Super Autos from BJ Smith. It's a showroom of exotic cars, but Tommy will use it to launder money, which is why it seems perfect to buy this. He buys the car dealership and completes the first list of cars that needs to be ordered to set up the business. Up next is the Interglobal Film Studio. There he meets film director Steve Scott. He wants to make artistic films with adult scenes, but Tommy Vercetti only wants to make money and knows the most amount of money is not in shark movies but in adult films. He tells Steve to make sure they only film adult scenes and not scenes with fish. He heads over to collect Candy Sucks as she is the perfect star for this film. But when Tommy goes to pick her up, her pimps show up too. Tommy kills them and takes Candy along with Mercedes back to the studio.
Action.
Whoa! Now that's big.
12 inches. That is regulation, baby.
Cut! Who is this idiot? You! Why are you in my space? Why? What is all this crap? Aliens,
Baby,
fishing poles! Who's ever seen a shark that big? All this stuff's gotta go. Why'd you get in this business, you prick? Huh? For the pussy. That's why. What is this? This is my art. Security! Look, you pompous asshole. I own you now. I own all of this. We're gonna turn this place around. I'm gonna make you rich. You're Tommy Vercetti, but I thought that you were... That's right. We're gonna be making some changes around here and start making some real money.
Actually, have you ever thought about,
But first we're gonna need some good-looking broads.
Yeah, girls are fine, but you, wow.
What's that guy think this is? Some fruity art crap? Geez, like anyone ever watched movies about fish?
Come on, let's go.
Hey, Mercedes.
Hey, Tommy. You want a party?
Not now, sweets. You interested in doing some movies?
Of course, as long as it's cheap and sleazy.
You're hired. Get in.
Hey, Tommy. You coming in for a warm-up?
Maybe later, babe.
The stars are taken care of. Now Tommy needs to advertise the upcoming film. Steve has already made the flyers for the upcoming movie, but no one agrees to distribute them. Tommy, however, knew a way to distribute the flyers. He wanted to fly all over Vice City and simply drop the flyers. That's the best method of distributing adult films after all, and that is exactly what he does. He flies a dodo and distributes the flyers of the film.
Okay. Hey, Candy, in my trailer.
Everything was going alright, but problems showed up when Congressman Alex Shrub wanted to get the Puritan vote. He wants to win the election by banning adult films and putting restrictions on top of it, which ultimately does not coincide with Tommy's plans. Tommy has to blackmail him in order to not put restrictions on the adult film industry. So Tommy uses Candy to meet with Alex Shrub, cross-dressing, and takes photos. That way the photos can be used as blackmail and Alex would have to give up going after the restrictions towards adult entertainment.
Candy, you know Shrub. Do you guys get up to anything kinky?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
All right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Candy.
Oh.
Yeah. You got that.
Was that part of the, or was she talking to?
Hey, I can never tell. Anyway.
Hey.
Candy, could you call me Martha?
Oh, Alex. I mean, Martha. Whatever you say. Martha, someone's watching. How kinky.
You, give me that camera.
To capture Tommy, Alex sends the FBI after Tommy, but it's too late. Tommy kills the agents and flies away. Then he kills the agents guarding the studio and delivers the mugshots. The stars are here, the films have been distributed, and the restrictions have been lifted off. But there is still one last thing to do. The film needs something big to really promote the launch, and Steve gives an idea to Tommy. He wants Tommy to do a big spotlight promoting Candy Sucks from the movie. Tommy uses a bike to get on top of a building at downtown to adjust the spotlight. The spotlight rotates and shows Candy Sucks at a building, which finally puts the film on people's mind. This also helps set up the film studio and completes the total takeover of Vice City that Tommy wanted. Owning Vice City means you're going to be connected to its celebrities. Kent Paul calls Tommy to meet the Love Fist music band and work for them, so Tommy decides to meet the band. Kent Paul is managing the band's music, so he introduces Love Fist to Tommy. Love Fist is not quite within their flow yet. That's because they need drugs. Vice City is full of drugs, so Tommy asks them what was the problem. They need a very specific kind of drug called the love juice. Tommy decides to help them out since he's a fan of their music, but the real reason he actually helped them is because he was a friend of Kent Paul. Despite Tommy intimidating Kent Paul many times, he actually treated him pretty well. He gave cut from the bank job to Kent Paul, but he didn't have to. That's because of his loyalty. Tommy goes to the location where the dealer should be to sell him the merchandise. The dealer approaches Tommy and takes his money without giving him the drug. A foolish decision. Tommy chases him and takes him out. Kent Paul calls Tommy to bring the band some company, and Tommy decides to hit up Mercedes for this one. She sees Tommy and agrees to do it. After that, Tommy drops off Mercedes and the drugs to Love Fist. Paolo from the band calls Tommy for better protection at the concert when it goes down. This will unlock the biker missions for Mitch Baker. But before that, Tommy has to sort out the psycho problem for Love Fist.
How you doing, mate? It's Paolo again. Look, Tommy, I forgot to mention, we're going to need some extra muscle for the concert. A bit of security. There's a biker gang led by Mitch Baker. It will be great publicity. Very rock and roll, baby. Sort this out for me, and I'll get you some backstage passes for the gig, alright?
Turns out, Love Fist has a stalker problem. There is someone out there that wants Love Fist to die, so the band could really have Tommy's help. Tommy goes to the place where Love Fist's newest show was supposed to take place and seeks the foul player out. He goes there in the Love Fist limo to help blend in. It is a guy who dresses up as a woman and kills the security guard. After that, he makes a run for it, but Tommy Vercetti chases him down. After that, he tries to kill Tommy, but Tommy manages to survive. This should take care of the psycho problem, so it's time to get some muscle from Mitch Mitch Baker for the band. Tommy asks around to talk to Mitch Baker. He tells Mitch about the security job from Kent Paul. Mitch tells Tommy that he only does favor from the family. This is basically his way of telling Tommy to prove himself. In order to see if Tommy was fit, Mitch wanted Tommy to win a race using an Angel bike. When the race starts, the bikers actually crash into Tommy to make him fall. However, this was not enough to make him lose, because these bikers are very bad at driving their own bikes. Tommy takes first place shortly after falling down and wins the race. After that, Tommy returns to Mitch Baker and gets angry seeing that he wants Tommy to do more errands before agreeing to do the security gig. This is when Mitch Baker reveals that he actually did his research on Tommy. He knows that the Forellis made Tommy to do 15 years in prison without any rewards or even appreciation. But the bikers actually care about their people and won't do such a thing. This is what convinces Tommy to continue working for the bikers. This time, Mitch wants to see how much chaos Tommy can cause on his own.
Got you again. Hey, Vercetti. Cougar says you can handle a bike pretty good.
Yeah, how many more errands am I gonna have to run? I'm a very busy man. If it's a fight that's gonna settle this, then bring it on.
Being one of us ain't just about brawling. It's about being part of a family.
Yeah, I've been part of a family before, all right. It didn't work out.
Yeah, right, but this family takes care of its own. We don't ask a man to do the dirty work and then let him do 15 years hard time. Yeah, that's right, I've done my homework. This here's the biggest family of misfits, outcasts, and badasses. Hell, some of us have even been betrayed by our own country.
I was locked up during non-ugly business.
Which is why I'm going to ask you to go mess with the man. This whole damn country needs a kick in the ass, and we're the ones to deliver it. So get out there, grab a bike, and show this city how pissed you are.
All right.
Tommy goes outside and starts killing innocent people around him and blow up vehicles to build heat. When the cops come, they all eat Tommy's bullet and Tommy rains chaos as he is extremely angry. This pleases the biker gang, so Tommy meets Mitch for the last time.
South, downtown. Sedan, 19, south, downtown. Sedan, 17, south, downtown.
Mitch gives Tommy a job where he has to bring back the stolen bike of Mitch. A local street gang stole it. If Tommy brings back his bike in one piece, Mitch will take the security gig for Love Fist. So Tommy breaks the Howlin' Pete's Biker Emporium and steals the PCJ 600, which is the fastest bike of Vice City. He needs this bike in order to jump into the gang's compound. After entering the compound, Tommy mows down every single gangster efficiently. He finishes off the last one with one shot of his revolver, then takes the bike of Mitch back from them. They try to kill Tommy, but all of their bullets miss, and he jumps off of the compound with the bike. After getting out of the compound, two more Vance of the gang show up to ambush Tommy, but he gets his bearings and kills them all with the assault rifle that Lance gave him. Then Tommy escapes the heat and delivers the bike. Mitch Baker calls Tommy to let him know that he did good, and he will do the security gig from Kent Paul.
Hey, it's Mitch. You did good, Tommy. It's good to have the old girl back. You tell Kent Paul he'll get his security for the gig. You have my word on that. Now keep yourself out of trouble.
This leaves Tommy to do one last rodeo for the Love Fist. Unfortunately, the psycho that Tommy shot did not die. He is now back and again threatening Love Fist. This makes the band go on a panic mode. They want someone trustworthy to drive the limo. Tommy decides to be the driver.
Normally I wouldn't busy myself with driving around a bunch of drunken Scottish bisexuals. But in your case, I'll make an exception.
When they all get inside the car, they find a tape. After playing the tape, it says that Love Fist has a short amount of time to stay alive before the car explodes. Tommy has to keep the car speedy as otherwise it will explode. The entire band starts to panic, but Tommy remains calm and collected. While they argue about which wire to cut or not, Tommy tells them to cut the green wire and they don't even realize which is the green one. Tommy has his eyes on the road, making sure the car stays at full speed as otherwise everyone will be dead. But the band members have trouble finding the green wire due to drugs and alcohol damaging their basic thinking capability. They finally figure out the correct wire and cut it off. That way the band stays alive and Tommy drops them off to stage. Shortly after, Mitch will call Tommy as he did keep his end of the bargain as well. Besides the Cubans, Tommy has also earned the respect of the bikers.
Hello, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's Baker. Just wanted to say I really enjoyed the show. Me and the boys want to thank you and remind you, you got our respect. Good day. Keep riding hard, son.
At this point, Tommy Vercetti has completely taken over Vice City. He has his own mansion and a plethora of legal and illegal assets. Besides, he has also earned a name for himself, as the Cubans and bikers both respect him and think of him as their family. On top of all this, after the mall incident where Tommy shot up an entire mall, the people of Vice City has started to fear him greatly. Things are like how they used to be back in Liberty City. Only problem that remains is up north, which is Sonny. He hears the news that Tommy was being feared and has built his empire. The fact that Tommy also straight up killed the Forelli thugs that were sent to steal from him made Sonny very mad. Lance, on the other hand, was still pissed about the fact that Tommy shouted at him in front of the boys, but everything is about to end now. Lance calls Tommy that there is a big problem that needs to be dealt with, so he needs to be at the Vercetti estate, and Tommy goes there.
Tommy, it's Lance. We got big problems. Come down here right away.
Ken tells Tommy about the Forellis, and Lance gives Tommy the lowdown. Because Tommy killed those thugs who were stealing from him, Sonny is very angry and decided to drop by. Tommy tells both Ken and Lance that they need to remind Sonny that it is Tommy's operation. This is correct, because Tommy is the only one who actually worked hard to build his empire. Tommy bought those assets and invested his own time and money setting them all up from the ground. Ken at least watched the money, but Lance did nothing. Tommy did cut Lance into the Printworks business since he kept complaining that Tommy was not cutting him a fair slice. But Tommy is about to learn who your true friends really are in life.
What's going on?
Tommy! Oh, good. Listen. I like fish. I love fish. I love them as pets in bowls, or as food on a plate, but as much as I love them, I don't want to sleep with them, okay? But right now, your Italian brothers are coming from up there to fit me with some cement shoes, and I...
Shut up, Ken! Sit down. Lance, what the hell's going on?
It's your friends up north, Tommy. They ain't too happy you capped their man. They're coming down to see the business today.
They took longer than I thought. Guys, we gotta make this final. We gotta leave no doubt that this is my operation. Mine! Ken, you get the first run of counterfeit cash and put 20 mil in briefcases. Lance, you get the guys together.
After getting $3 million of fake cash from the Printworks in the briefcase, Tommy, Lance, and Ken meet Sonny. Sonny goes in for a hug, but Tommy refuses. This is a very important detail, because it already shows you how fake Sonny was. Even the hug was going to be a fake one, but Tommy refused to hug it out because he was over Sonny. Sonny tells Tommy that his anger got him into trouble, and mocks the fact that he was called the Harwood Butcher after killing 11 men. This is the one and only time when Tommy decided to lash out on Sonny about the ambush. He tells Sonny how he told Tommy to kill only one man, but there was 11 men ambushing Tommy, which meant that they knew Tommy was coming. The only way this is truly possible is if Sonny set him up to kill only one man and then ambush him with 11. Sonny refuses to admit that it was him, but it was most likely him. Then he reveals how Lance was the only one from his organization who had actual sense of doing business. Lance at this point betrays Tommy. So why did Lance betray Tommy even though Tommy saved his life? Pretty simple answer: jealousy and ego. Two traits that every narcissist have. I already explained what happened at the bar, but Tommy was very fair to Lance. He even told Lance that if he ever makes a mistake, Lance can call him out on that just like Tommy did. He also cut Lance into the Printworks business, which he absolutely did not have to. He did all of that, but it still wasn't enough for Lance. Lance could not stand the fact that Tommy insulted him in front of the troops. His insecurity was eating him alive. That's why, like a child, he kept calling Tommy to complain and whine. He also saw how it was called the Vercetti gang as he sat on his lap, and Tommy was the one actually putting his life at risk and spending his money and time setting up this empire. This made Lance realize how powerful Tommy was becoming, which is why he ultimately decides to betray Tommy, as he was becoming very jealous of him. He wanted the money Tommy made, but it was Tommy's, not his. He did some research on Sonny and knew that Sonny wasn't on good terms with Tommy, and that's how he made a deal with Sonny that he will show the Mafia where Tommy keeps his real money, and in return they will cut him in too, which means other than being a narcissist, it was also greed that made Lance betray Tommy. Lance would betray his brother too. The only reason he never killed Victor is because of him being family. Other than that, Lance would have done everything he could have to hurt Victor. As a matter of fact, in Vice City stories, Victor ends up caring for a lady named Louise. In that game, we already saw Lance having some tendency to be with Louise even though her and Victor had a thing. When Victor dies in Vice City and Tommy kills Leo Teal, he asks Lance what did he want, and Lance tells him that he wanted his dead brother's white lady along with the drugs that went missing. This shows you how scummy Lance actually was. His brother died and he saw the opportunity of having sexual intercourse with Louise and wanted to capitalize on that. If he truly cared for Victor, he would have never done that. People make mistakes, so he could have liked her before Vic was alive, but after his death, still going after Louise shows that Lance truly had no honor. If Lance can do that to his own brother who committed crimes and entered this world for Lance in the first place, what says that Lance won't do something worse for someone who isn't even related to him?
Hey, chill. I want what you want, brother.
Oh, yeah? And what's that?
Your green and my dead brother's white lady. Unfortunately, you just silenced our lead.
The only reason Lance actually ever joined Tommy was not because Tommy needed him, but because he needed Tommy. Because he saw how capable Tommy was, and they both shared the same goal. It was a survival choice. It made complete sense. But now that his goal and Tommy's goal are no longer shared, it made sense to side with America's most powerful mob family, the Forellis. That is the ultimate reason why Lance decided to betray Tommy. It makes complete sense when you study him. After the betrayal is revealed, Lance tells Tommy that he only sold Tommy out. At this point, it makes sense because Lance is going to keep Tommy's money after this. Then Lance reveals that the real cash is upstairs in Tommy's safe. When Lance is done saying that, if you pay attention to Tommy, you will see that Sonny keeps talking and Tommy moves his head down and keeps nodding. That's because it was at this moment Tommy realized that the only two people he ever trusted with his life and did everything he could do right for them are the only two people that actually ended up betraying him completely. He could have snitched to the cops and do a much lesser time in prison than 15 years, but instead he believed in his loyalty. His loyalty just could not allow him to betray the family he has been working for, even though this family put him in jail. He was originally going to die by those 11 men. It just so happened that he defended himself, and that's why he's alive and in prison. Even though he doubted Sonny quite a lot, since those 11 men were most likely placed by Sonny to take him out in order to avoid seeing breaking his Omerta oath, Tommy still decided to do the time. That's because a part of him really wanted to believe that Sonny was as loyal as him. When it comes to Lance, what more can be said? He saved Lance from dying. Do I have to mention anything else he did? I've already talked about them anyway, but that's why you see Tommy do the nodding. He's disappointed at fate and knows that Ken, who he thought was an idiot, actually turned out to be the only decent person. But now that he knows what's up, it's time to finish this once and for all. Tommy tells Sonny that he just wanted to make him angry before killing him, and that's exactly what Tommy will achieve.
Tommy! What? No big hugs for your old buddy?
I've had 15 years out of the loop. I'm a bit rusty on family etiquette.
Oh, he's angry, huh, Tommy? Didn't I say your temper would get you into trouble, huh?
There's 3 mil in the cases.
How many was it, 10? No, 11 men. That's how you get to be called the Harwood Butcher.
You sent me to kill one man. One man! They knew I was coming, Sonny.
Tommy, watch your tone. Anyone would think you blame me for that unfortunate set of circumstances.
Just take the money.
Get the damn cash. You know, Tommy, I did what I could for you. I pulled strings, called in favors. I was your friend, Tommy. I hoped you'd see sense, see what's good for business. I trusted you, Tommy, and you disappointed me. But at least someone in your chicken shit organization knows how to do business. Isn't that right, Lance?
Sorry, Tommy. This is Vice City. This is business.
You sold us out.
No, I sold you out, Tommy. I sold you out. The real cash is upstairs in the safe.
So, Tommy, what was the big plan? You think I just take the fake cash, save face, and run away with my tail between my legs?
No. I just wanted to piss you off before I kill you.
Tommy kills the Forelli soldiers coming at him while defending his safe. They are all soldiers, but Tommy is the deadliest one. Sonny knew this. That's why he brought an entire army with him. After mowing them down for a while, Lance shows up and tries to kill Tommy too. He tells Tommy that now he has no one to cover his back. But did Lance actually ever cover Tommy? It was only Tommy that covered him. Not only that, Tommy is the reason Lance is even here and not dead. Besides, Lance has been nothing but a liability throughout the entire game. He's very dumb and gets stuck everywhere when moving. So for him, telling that to Tommy only shows you his narcissism even more. He is so narcissistic that he cannot even see the obvious lies. He has to feed his own delusion and live in his own echo chamber. But Tommy is going to kill him some snakes today. Tommy kills the oncoming soldiers and hits Lance, which makes him run away.
No one to cover your ass now, eh, Tommy? You're going down, you backstabbing prick. Oh, you think so?
Tommy keeps chasing him and kills every single soldier on his path. Lance keeps running away to save himself, but his time is up. Tommy chases him all the way upstairs and makes sure that it was the last dance for Lance Vance. When he says that, Lance replies that he had enough of that in school. Lance is so insecure about it that he has to reply Tommy when he is killing Lance. It's a small detail that shows you how much ego Lance really had. Tommy takes cover and kills everyone around him first, and then finishes off Lance with his minigun.
Come here, you double-crossing piece of shit! Your history, Tommy! History! This is the last dance for Lance Vance. Vance, I had enough of that at school! Picked the wrong side, Lance.
Time to deal with Sonny. His men go inside Tommy's safe and steal his money. Tommy kills all of the Forelli soldiers. With only a handful remaining, Sonny comes out to kill Tommy. The reason behind him doing this is because if Tommy kills everyone and Sonny is the last person remaining, then he has no chance to stay alive, since Tommy was just more capable and efficient. That's why Sonny knew that his best chance was to go out with the remaining guards to kill Tommy. That's why he does not show up when all of the other soldiers go inside the mansion to kill Tommy. Tommy tells Sonny that he took 15 years from him, which is Tommy finally calling him out on the ambush, realizing that it was him who set him up as he was never Tommy's friend. Sonny, on the other hand, had absolutely nothing to hide. He realized that keeping up a facade was pointless, so he outright tells Tommy that those 15 years was his to spend, which means he's basically admitting that it was him who set up Tommy and owned Tommy. But unfortunately for Sonny, his anxiety came true. Tommy ends up butchering the last few soldiers and Sonny himself. After a long war, Ken asks Tommy if it was over, to which Tommy says that there is no more up north because he killed Sonny, the Don of the Forelli family. But how does that make sense? Because the Don isn't the entire family. To explain it, I have to explain how the Mafia family structure is built.
You took 15 years from me, Sonny, and now I'm gonna make you pay! You still don't get it, do you? I own you, Tommy! Those 15 years were mine to spend. Get him, boys, he never understood a thing.
Tommy? Oh my God, Tommy, what happened?
What does it look like?
It looks like you ruined your suit, and Tommy, that was a beautiful suit. Tommy, what on earth happened?
Had a disagreement with a business associate. You know how it is.
Tommy, I have a disagreement. I send them an angry letter. Maybe I pee in their mailbox. I don't start World War III. You know, maybe you should speak to my shrink.
That stupid prick Lance.
Tommy, I never liked that guy, okay? He's neurotic, he's insecure, he's self-centered. The guy's an asshole. I'm glad you took him out.
I don't think we're gonna be getting any more heat from up north either. Because there ain't no up north anymore. It's all down south now.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means? Tommy, baby!
What do you think it means?
That we're in charge. I mean that you're in charge. Oh, Tommy!
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing, two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
I know. Ain't it just beautiful?
At the top of the Mafia family, you have, of course, the Don, which in this case is Sonny, the boss of the Forelli family. Dons have a consigliere beside them. It is possible that Sonny's cousin Giorgio, who committed fraud, is the consigliere. Under the Don, you have Underboss, which in this case is Sonny's own brother Marco Forelli, who is featured in San Andreas. I'll talk about him a bit later. Under him, there are Capo regimes, or Capos for short. The guy who was talking to Sonny at the beginning of the game is a Capo. He also appears beside Sonny in the final confrontation. There is also a Forelli Capo appearing in Grand Theft Auto 3, which I will talk about in a bit too. And finally, under these Capo regimes, you have soldiers like Tommy, Harry, and Lee. And at the very bottom, you have associates like Ken Rosenberg. When Tommy killed Sonny, the Don died. That means the underboss has to be promoted to the Don now. But after killing that many soldiers, the Don and Capo regimes all together, Tommy dealt so much damage to the family that they're never going to come after Tommy ever again. This makes a lot of sense because the family tried their best going after Tommy. Instead, they lost every single member who went after the Harwood Butcher. This weakened the Forellis to the ground, and the rest would think 50 times before coming after Tommy when they have no resources to go after him. However, Tommy isn't the only one who dealt damage to the Forellis. Both Claude and CJ also did, and now I will explain how. After killing Sonny, there was a power struggle within the family as it went on a decline. The Liberty City families tried to take the Forelli turf because of Sonny's death. The weakest family in Liberty City at this time was the Sandacos, so they had the most amount of motivation to expand. On the other hand, you have the Leones. They ended up becoming the most powerful family at this point. This is all confirmed in the San Andreas introduction video. I will leave a link to it in the description. Since it is copyrighted, I cannot show it to you. By 1992, as you can imagine, with the death of Sonny, the soldiers and capos, the family is very weak. Besides, Ken and Tommy are also no longer with the Forellis. Marco Forelli becomes the new boss, as I mentioned. Salvatore has a problem with Marco Forelli as they are in his opposition and orders CJ to fly all the way back to Liberty City, Marco's bistro, and take out Sonny's brother, Marco Forelli. CJ tells him that he needs backup, but that's his way to save Ken, Kent Paul, and Macker out of that situation. He flies all the way back and kills Marco Forelli. Salvatore was going into a deal with the Sandacos, and the Forellis had to accept this since they were weak and didn't want to miss out. Salvatore also mentions Sonny in San Andreas. He tells the Sandacos how they think they run the town after Sonny died and the Forellis were weakened. That's actually why the Sandacos came to the Leones for money, since the Forelli family has lost their prestige and influence. The Sandacos and Leones are also reasons why the Forelli family does not go after Tommy. They simply lost too much manpower. After CJ kills Marco, you can see just how much weaker they got.
Just feel the weight of the weapon, sweetheart.
I can feel the weight of someone's weapon.
Hey, you're the one to blame on that front.
Can I fucking go now or fucking what? Ooh, you fucking twat! Right in the fucking happy sack!
Perhaps you'll be cured of your little antisocial condition, mate.
Carl, my man.
Mr. Leon?
Looks like this piece of shit was right. You did a real number on those Forelli losers. Now it's time the Forellis found out what it means to screw with Salvatore Leone. How would you like to hit the St. Mark's Bistro?
A hit in Liberty City? Cool, but I'm gonna need some backup.
Take who you want.
Well, I usually use these two.
Hey, remember all those jobs we did together? Huh? You and me, Carl, remember? Huh? You know, you used to call me Killer Ken. Ken the Killer? Ice Cold Ken. That's me.
And him too, I guess. Alright, you guys better get out of Los Venturas fast. I'll be in touch.
What about your backup, man? Will you be alright without us?
Of course he will, you fucking moron! Come on!
Private function, invitation only.
Oh yeah? Mr. Leone says otherwise. Yeah, got a gun in your face, huh?
And if that wasn't enough, Claude, out of all people, actually kills a Forelli Capo 15 years later in 2001. During the mission Mike Lip's Last Lunch, he's ordered by Joey Leone to take out a Forelli Capo in Marco's Bistro because the Forelli family was so weak that they owed money to the Leones. Yep, they're still operating in that exact same place. Claude puts a bomb in Mike's car and parks it back in the same place. Then Mike Forelli tries to drive off, but instead blows up into pieces.
Hey, I'm bored. When you gonna drill me?
In a moment, sweetheart. I got a little business to take care of. I got a little job for you, pal. The Forelli brothers have owed me money for too long and they need to be taught some respect. Lips Forelli is stuffing his fat face in the St. Mark's Bistro, so steal his car and take it to 8 Ball's bomb shop up in Harwood. You know 8 Ball, right? Once he's fitted it with a bomb, go park the car where you found it. Then sit back and watch the whole show. But hurry up, he won't be eating forever.
The Forellis are gone, Tommy has set up his businesses and is running his empire. So what's the aftermath? Cortez calls Tommy to know if Mercedes was going to be a lawyer or not, as he heard rumors, but Tommy humorously tells him that she won't be a lawyer. That's because she's now becoming a rising adult star of Vice City by working at Tommy's film studio.
Tommy, Tomas, it's Cortez. ¿Qué pasa?
Things are interesting. How are you, my friend?
I wanted to ask you about Mercedes.
Okay, what about her?
Oh, Tommy, I hear these stories, all these stories. I don't know what to think. Maybe she thinks she could do what she likes. But Tommy, tell me, is it true?
Is what true?
These stories I hear. She really going to be a lawyer? Tommy, the shame. You know, we Cortez are a proud family. We would never allow a daughter of ours to become a lawyer. Please tell me it isn't so. I don't think I could take it.
Oh, Colonel, I can assure you, Mercedes is never going to become a lawyer. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you, Tommy. Tommy, thank you. The shame would be unbearable. She's a lady, not a parasite, you know? Anyway, Tommy, you must excuse me, all right? The new Minister of Interior has arrived. Many years ago, I killed his father in a failed coup, so I must be polite. Hey, good day, amigo.
On the other hand, Ken Paul will also call Tommy as he is drunk. It's just a friendly call where he wants Tommy to treat him fairly by giving him a fair slice. But then comes an important call from none other than Ernest Kelly. After Kelly calls Tommy, he will say how for a raging lunatic, Tommy is very naive, and that's because Ernest could not see the loyal side of Tommy. From his perspective, Tommy is very naive, and it makes sense. But other than that, the main reason Tommy never thought Lance would betray him was because of the fact that he was loyal, and also it seemed a bit too far-fetched that Lance would actually betray Tommy because there was no rational reason behind it either, but he had to bite the bullet. Ernest Kelly is an old man with experience. That's why he did not like how slimy Lance was. After all, him and Lance worked together at the Printworks because Tommy cut him in. Tommy tells Ernest to look after himself, which is once again him paying respect to his elders.
Tommy, it's Ernest Kelly.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'll need a stick to walk, but I should be back at work soon enough.
Good.
I heard about Lance. What a little prick, huh?
Yes.
Never trust a man who walks the streets in his pajamas, that's what I say. Glad you killed him. I hope it was painful for the prick.
I think it was. You know, I just didn't think he was like that.
Tommy, for a raging lunatic, you're pretty naive. I'll be back at work soon. Teach you a thing or two about life, you hear?
Take your time, Ernest. Look after yourself.
But that's not the end of Tommy Vercetti. He actually ends up not working with Ken Rosenberg because Ken was becoming too much addicted to drugs. Tommy did send Ken to San Andreas so that he can take rehab and get better. But Ken also lost his license as a lawyer because the authorities found his links to crime and drugs. There are theories behind why Tommy stopped working with Ken. One theory suggests that Tommy considered to not work with Ken as Tommy realized how much of a burden Ken was becoming. So he sent Ken in San Andreas so that he can already end the relationship relationship between the two. Another theory suggests that Ken was never going to fully come clean, and Tommy realized that, which is why he ends relationship with Ken. Not to mention, Ken does relapse in San Andreas as seen on the mission The Meat Business. What do I think? My opinion is that yes, Tommy realized that Ken was never really going to get better completely. That's why instead of killing him, Tommy and Ken had history, so he decided to cut his connections with Ken. Not to mention, many years have gone by, and we are talking about a mature Tommy who had a connection with Ernest Kelly. It is possible that Ernest saw that Ken was going to become a liability, so cutting him off would be a better decision for the organization. And the reason I think this is the real reason behind Tommy cutting off Ken is because, in my opinion, it makes the most sense. Lastly, in San Andreas, we do have a small mention of Tommy by Ken Rosenberg. During the mission The Meat Business, after being locked up in the meat freezer, CJ helps Ken and kills the thugs. During the fight, Ken actually mistakes CJ for Tommy and calls him by that name. CJ asks who is Tommy, but Ken does not reply back to CJ. It's a short but simple reference that is meant for Tommy.
Rosenberg, is that you in there?
This is so exciting, Tommy. It's like old times.
Who the fuck is Tommy?
And this pretty much concludes the story of the Harwood Butcher. Tommy is not only one of the most ruthless protagonists in all of Grand Theft Auto, he's also one of the most loyal one too. He spent 15 years in prison for his best friend who ultimately betrayed him and was the most fair mob boss to Lance, another man who he treated like his best friend that stabbed him just like Sonny. We have characters like Catalina who betrayed two protagonists like Claude and CJ. Then we have characters like Tommy who was betrayed 2 times by the only 2 men he ever considered his true friend. I did not talk about Mr. Black missions due to them not playing that much of a role in the story and simply serving to be Vice City's assassination missions. Thank you for watching. Please become a member of my channel to support me and subscribe so you won't miss any GTA videos. You will also get early access to my videos for becoming a member. More lore videos and GTA content about GTA 4 and the 3D era games are on the way. With that being said, Perfect Enrager signing out.